FK Menace hails from San Antonio, Texas. He has called Kansas City home for the last 12 years, and over the last 4 years, this man in the luchador mask has developed as one of KC's top movers and shakers in the music scene. He proudly states that Lucha Libre and music are in his family's bloodline. Shout out Lemos Dos, Lemos Primero, and Lemos Jr. on that note. FK Menace also represents one half of the group Sin Tope, the group responsible for Ritmazo at Kansas City's West Bottoms The Ship. Believe us when we say it. If you love cumbia music, wait, scratch that. If you love music in general, Ritmazo is your event. Menace is also responsible for Sabados, a KC event which showcases other artists around town. We sit with FK Menace to talk about these things, his story, and so much more. This is Enterrupt KC. Enjoy this episode.
Welcome back to Enterrupt KC, the podcast dedicated to people, places, and things right here in Kansas City, baby.
Let's go, right? Man. Let's
Gotta
go.
rep it, man. Gotta rep it, man.
Let's go, D-Rod.
What's up, man?
I see you over there. You all masked up, man.
Man, look.
Is it the Chiefs or
man,
is it?
Yeah, man. It's the Chiefs one, man.
Yeah.
It's the Chiefs one. You know, I still gotta rock the kingdom, man.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's kind of
yeah.
hard to see it, but I know y'all can see it.
Yep.
You know?
I see it, man. I see it.
I had to put it on, man. I've had this for a few years, man, and once we got our guest here,
Let's
man,
go.
I just knew it's part of the deal, man. Show honor to this man right here, man.
Respect and honor, bro.
No
Respect
doubt,
and
man.
honor, man. I think we need to interrupt our guest, D-Rod.
Yeah. No
and
doubt.
by interrupt, y'all know we mean introduce our guest, none other than the man, the único, el único, FK Menace, yo. What is up, bro?
Hey, man. What's up, bro?
What's good, bro?
What's up? Happy to be here.
Hey.
Shout out to Interrupt.
Let's go, man.
I'll tell the people, like I was just telling these gentlemen, like the setup is nice.
Hey, world. This is your opportunity to participate in the giveaway for this episode. All you have to do is subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram or Facebook, share this episode, and tag Enterrupt KC. The last thing is answer the question, where was this episode recorded with FK Menace? If you do these things, the shirt and the hat could be yours. Good luck to all who participate and enjoy the episode.
The vibes are immaculate. They already
Let's
got
go.
me set up with some tequila, so I'm feeling good today.
Let's do a salud real quick, bro. Salud to you, bro. Salud, man.
Salud,
Sir.
man.
FK
Salud,
Menace
man.
is with us, bro.
Hey,
Right
salute
here,
to Latinos making moves, man, for real. Let's go.
All love.
That's what it's about, brother. That's what it's about, man.
Yes, sir.
I had to come off that, bro. I've been waiting for about 5 minutes already,
Yeah.
man, and I'm already.
Yep.
D-Rod was like, bro, I'm hot. He's like,
man, I'll be
let's make the
sweating
intro
bullets.
quick,
Yeah.
man. You don't gotta sit there.
Yeah, man.
And Menace is like, yeah, I had my shit custom made, bro.
And I figured that much, bro, because
Yeah.
you wear yours all night long when you jamming, man, when you
Yeah.
kicking it, man.
Yeah. A little bit of everywhere, man.
I was gonna
Stays
say,
on.
bro, like I have not. Maybe I have. Like real talk. Like maybe I have bumped into you without the
yeah.
mask, and I'm just like I didn't even know.
I probably for like a second, but I don't think I think I saw you,
Yeah.
and then you didn't know at all, but
I didn't.
that's probably the only time at one point.
Probably,
somewhere.
yeah.
I was thinking
Probably.
the same thing. I was like, man, I think I know this dude, but I don't know if I'm not.
We're gonna get to it. We gonna
Yeah,
get
man.
to it, bro. We gonna get to it,
Yes,
man.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yo, Menace, man. First of all, bro, thank you so much for joining us here on Enterrupt KC, man. This is
Yes,
what we
sir,
about, man. Get out here in the city, man, community, talking to folks like yourself, man. You know, you a shaker, you a mover, bro. I don't know if I've gone to something where your name hasn't been brought up, or I've literally seen you there doing your music. You know what I'm
sir.
saying?
Yes,
So
sir.
you doing it, bro. You doing it, man.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you.
But with that, man, let's talk about just a little bit about you, man. So let's tell people, bro, where are you from originally, man?
So I was actually born in Oakland, California,
Okay.
and then I grew up in San Antonio, Texas.
San Antonio,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Shout
And then
out, man.
Shout out San Antonio.
So where you rep, the Bay or Texas?
No, Texas all day. My dad was stationed in the Navy. That's really what it was. In San Diego, Oakland, military, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Ironically enough, one of his ships that he was sailed on was the USS Kansas City. So it kind of just rolls full circle. It was kind of crazy. But moved here in 2012 to go to the Kansas City Art Institute.
Oh, okay.
So.
See, bro, look at that, D-Rod. You know how many names are on here from the KC Art Institute? Bro?
Beautiful.
Bro, like, you see it, bro. Like,
man.
So many people, man. So many people. So you came up here. How old were you, bro?
Oh, man. 18.
18? So you was fresh out of high school.
Fresh out of high school, none in my pocket, just trying to get out.
Just trying to make some moves, man.
Make some moves, jump. It was trying to get away from what was present at the time, and just start something fresh, something new. So, I've been here ever since, and it's been a wild ride, man.
So 2012, bro. So that's 12 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
I mean, you feel like a Kansas Cityan yet?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, but I still, San Antonio is still my heart. It still has my heart for sure.
I love San Antonio,
bro. I love San Antonio, The market,
man.
Bro.
Gallo,
everything. Riverwalk, bro.
100%, bro. I'm headed there next week with my boy Ezra. We're gonna go celebrate some birthdays, and
let's go.
I haven't been back in a year. I've been just
grinding,
busy.
bro.
Just busy,
grinding.
Bro. Yeah.
So let me ask you though, bro. Like just real quick on the San Antonio tip.
Sure.
Like I'm actually gonna go there next month.
Oh, dope. Okay.
So if I want to go have fun somewhere, just like the vibes are right, it's adult, it's mature. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Where I'm gonna go?
Man, the city's changed a lot, but I'd say there's you smoke cigars?
Come on, man. Yeah. You smoke cigars?
I would have brought one in here for you, bro.
I smoke them with my pops every once in a while, but there's a couple shops he likes to go to. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays it's changed drastically from what it used to be when I was younger. It was the St. Mary's Strip, which is the equivalent to what Westport is.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But there's so much going down there that it's just changed. There's a lot of new ownership, a lot of things going down. So now a lot of the other areas are popping up, but you can't go wrong with like the Mercado in downtown, and there's always areas and things that pop up there.
Right.
But then you got like your old timey bars, like like High Tones is a good old time one. You can get a chamoy shot or a pickle shot, things like that.
High Tones,
yeah. It's a little old divey bar, you know what I'm saying? Grab a quick beer. Yeah. And then I'm
gonna write that down.
Yeah, man, that's a good classic one. But man, there's a few spots that just open up every time I go, so it's a little bit different every time I go.
Yeah.
But most of the time, my dad throws the party. My dad's the
He's the host.
So Pops is still down there?
Pops is still, the whole family's still
the whole
down
family?
there, yeah.
What's your family makeup, bro? You got sisters, brothers? What's it look like?
Yeah, so I'm the oldest of 4, and the rest are sisters. So I'm the only boy.
You was the protector then growing up. Yeah, I feel that.
They're all different personalities, different girls, and
look, man, you preach to the choir, man. All I got is girls, man. I got one boy, man. Man.
It's that one song. But we got my nephew's the newest addition from. I just became an uncle 3 years ago.
Okay.
So,
nice.
So that's whose birthday we celebrating. But
that's what's up.
But yeah, man, it's
so man, you came to KC, man, 2012, bro. Like, first of all, like part of this podcast experience, D-Rod, has been learning about how, I don't know, like instrumental the Art Institute has been to bringing people like yourself and many other people behind us into the city. You know what I mean? So, I mean, what'd that look like for you, bro? Like, did you go there for music, or what'd you go there for?
Nah, man, I got accepted off my paintings, actually. I
okay.
Just did a lot of paintings, yeah. I kind of had, like, I wouldn't say, it wasn't a full ride, but it was the majority.
Sure.
And, I would say I wasn't the most prepared coming here. I really just jumped off the ledge and was just trying to like literally just get out.
Yeah.
So high school wasn't that great. In my artistic field, it was.
Sure.
I learned a lot. I had pieces that competed in state. Some even went to like New York and had these pieces play around, and that's what kind of influenced the the recruiter to like, you know, throw me some money, throw whatever. Because when it really came down to the ticket, it was between Detroit, here, and Laguna Beach. And here's the one that gave me the most money. So I wasn't really worried about where I was going. I was like, just get me out of here.
At least I could pay the better.
Yeah, exactly. But unfortunately, I did not finish. I think I dealt with a lot of the like the lag from home. So
I feel
it was a lot of like mental switch. It was a culture shock because I didn't really know where like my Latinos were. I was from middle ground in Texas. It's like different from where we grew up versus like other Mexicanos. So it was a lot of like finding yourself.
Like describe that, bro, for people that don't know what that means, bro.
Yeah, so like given that, you know, San Antonio is so close to the border, or like, you know, we're like little Mexico in a sense, there's a lot of us that didn't grow up speaking Spanish, or, you know, just kind of grew up with the what I like to say, like half-ass Mexican traditions. You know what I'm saying? It's like we weren't celebrating Dia de los Muertos in full, you know, or Dia de los Niños, or those little holidays like that. There was a lot that was left out. If anything, we were celebrating San Antonio culture, and it's kind of structured around Mexican culture, but it's ours,
bro.
You know what I'm saying?
San Antonio
Just
got
a
that
city,
own
man.
special vibe,
man.
bro.
It's its own little aura, bro, and it's
that
like
Hano music, all that, bro.
All that, man. And a lot of people, you know, it's kind of crazy because half the people here are like, man, that shit out of here. But the other half are like I saw like Emilio Navarro before he died, like 3 months before, he was at the Guadalupe, like in 2015.
Yeah, man.
You know, so like to see him here, I was like, oh shit, we're bringing the Hano music here. Like I feel more at home, you know. And so, but that was like years later. So coming here was it was a stretch for me, and so I really didn't know how to study. All I knew was you know, how to paint, how to draw. But even then, like the substance of what I was painting was like stripped from that, because I was like, I'm just around all these kids that don't know who I am. I got a chip on my shoulder, you know what I'm saying? Like I got to consistently represent where I'm from. Like it was a lot of knucklehead shit, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, after that, like once I kind of made that decision, I just went to work. I worked on like docks and driving forklifts and just tried to like refine myself as an artist. Pretty much.
What was your specialty in art?
So it's just acrylic painting. I never got into. I dabbled in oil a little bit, some watercolor, some charcoal even. But
Did you do portraits or anything like that?
Yeah, portraits, still lives. You know, pieces of like the fam. One of my final pieces I did here. It was a picture of my dad and my uncle in a wrestling match, and probably one of the final, like I said, the final piece I have ever painted. It got offered like a bunch of money. It was sitting in the Guadalupe Center for a minute, and then I was just like, nah, I'm good. Like I need this one. You know what I'm saying? I need to keep this one. So, but yeah, that's.
So you hung it up. You hung up the brushes, bro.
I did, man. It was for me back in high school, it was a way to survive. And so when I got here, like I still had to survive, but it wasn't the same. It was the circumstances were different. The environment was completely different. So that's why I said like I felt completely like stripped. I was just butt naked out here, just like with nothing, and no means for direction at all. It was just I'm out the crib, I'm having a good time, I'm meeting all these people, and I still got to focus on like what school looks like for me, or how what I even look like as an artist. You know what I'm saying? So
did you know, bro? Like you know, like you you quit the school, right? You just like, you know, man, I'm gonna let this go. You said you started working. Did you know? Were you always music at heart? Was it always a part of you, bro?
Yeah. I started like later on towards like I don't know, like I remember the year like around the pandemic time. I started to think about like the things I was doing as a kid, and I remember like messing with like virtual DJ and just kind of like playing with the songs and knowing how to like how things work. But it was just an inkling. It was never like
serious,
DJ, like you know. It wasn't until when I got here, I had a homie show me how to make beats on the phone.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh, you could do that. And then, but I didn't know how to like count or any of that. I didn't know how that worked. And then once he kind of showed it to me, and then the ability that you could take like the stems and like text them to each other, and then finish the project between two people, and then you could also take like all those files and then throw in the actual software. That's when I purchased the actual software to start making beats.
Okay.
DJing wise, like we had you know, multiple parties throughout KCI and stuff like that, and you had a few cats that were just like up there with the little deck, and you know, I wasn't really like intrigued or anything yet, not yet, but I had one guy who's selling that same one I had seen, and I was like, hey, well, how much? He said, you can just have it. And I was like, oh shit, okay, cool, yeah.
Hell yeah.
So he threw it to me, and it was like a practice controller. So it wasn't really like anything that anybody could use now. It's really just like one that you just plug in USB. Can't really hear your cues. Can't really hear anything for like a year and a half, 2 years, I was reading waves. And like I was writing songs down. So for every song, I'd have 5 songs to go out of it. And then I would just kind of like
out of them waves.
Yeah. Yep. Right. I would just grid it and read like, you know, where the kick would start, and very like hard work.
I was gonna say, bro, like, man, first of all, I love and respect that, because when I hear a beat, I'm not seeing the waves. I'm not like, to hear you talk through it. Yeah. It's almost like scientific.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah.
So you was it's just like you saw it differently than I would see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which is now that you say that, it's weird because I make beats and sample by ear. So there is no waves. Like I'm just like, what sounds good now? Now that it's fine tuned, but before it's like, all I knew is I had certain people tell me like little gems, and I'd be like, all right, keep that in mind. But for the transitional portion of it is like, how can I make this as clean as possible? Right. That's all I was focused on. Right. So, but I rocked with it until the buttons fell off, man. You know what I'm saying? And then once I got like enough bread. Once I got my hands on a credit card, which put me in a bad position, but it's paid off.
Hey, bro, once all of us got our hands on a credit card, it was over, bro.
Man.
You know?
Yeah, man, that was like the okay, I need to step up and get something that I'm gonna utilize, and that's the one I'm using to this day, and its buttons are starting to fall off, but I love it. You know what I'm saying? It's such a good.
It still works.
It's
brother.
Still good. It's fire. Like I'm used to it.
That's some history, man.
100%. Yeah, and I'm still scoping out for like other decks and trying to see what I get my hands on, because I feel like I'm versatile enough to where I could choose just about any deck, except for actual turntables. I'm still trying to learn how to. I feel like my hands are too small for this shit.
Like turntables?
Yeah.
Like the old school techniques, 1200 ones, or what are you talking about?
Just
the
like
digital ones?
Yeah, just like you know, some people pair up like the techniques or some other ones, and they put the phase on it, and you know. So I got a couple homies that still, you know, that are heavily like utilized. That. Yeah,
man.
But I started on vinyl. But I had before I got the controller, I had 2 Gemini turntables that some guy traded me for a first generation iPad. And we were both selling it for like $100 on OfferUp, and he goes, I honestly just need the iPad for my daughter, and I was like, cool, man.
Yes, trade.
So all this shit, but you know,
I'm interested on the counting beats part, man. To go back a little bit,
you know,
when you count them beats, I had this homeboy of mine back in the day. He was from Chicago, man, and he would do that, and he would pat his leg. And he'd write down like 122 or 87 or 90 or I don't know how he did.
I don't know how he did that.
I don't know either,
That's
bro.
crazy.
But he would write down on the albums, and he put them all together. They're like, okay, those ones mixed in together. You know,
damn.
Yeah,
I think it's because it's beats per minute, right?
Yeah,
that's what you're counting.
Yeah, it's like but it's like I don't know how you like get that, you know.
I don't know either, bro.
That number, you know what I'm saying? Because typically, if I were like today, if I were to spin vinyl today and I went through my stash, I just go on the internet and see what the BPM is. Or sometimes like it could very well say it on the record itself. Right. But I mean,
that was wild.
That's a whole nother.
Yeah, and he messed around with mainly a bunch of house music.
Oh yeah. So typically it is 120.
Yeah.
House music is very much 120, 130. Like
It was dope, man.
Yeah.
I never got that shit.
Old school hip hop's like anywhere from 85 to 95. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I feel like once we got in the 2000s, is around that 95 to 110 mark.
Right.
And then so like from that point, like you could very well see how much the music has progressed and how much, you know, so it's very different.
I mean, you know, you're making music now all of a sudden, right? Like, so or you still what was that transition, bro? Like you're working, you started getting into music more. Is that what happened? Yeah.
So like when I'd gotten out of the Art Institute and started working on the docs and stuff, I was still very much in tune with all the kids from the Art Institute. You know, I'd still be around. I'd still learn from them. A lot of them were in different majors and stuff like that. Yeah. So the homie that taught me, you know, the beat side of it, once I kind of got like invested in that alone, and I wanted to go and purchase the actual software and the drum pad and everything. You know, I was just working and coming home quickly to make some beats. Yeah. So I've been making beats since like 2014, 2015. And I dropped quite a few projects, and then I took a couple breaks somewhere in that lineup, including now. So
what was your vibe, bro? Like when you started making music, man? I mean, born in Oakland, raised in San Antonio, up in KC, bro. Like you're still trying to figure it out, right? What was that vibe? What does that sound like?
You know,
everything.
It's a little bit everything. Majority of it came from the influence of all the Chicano hip hop pioneers. Okay. That's what my dad put me on. Before I even knew what Texas rap was or what East Coast rap was. I didn't find out about East Coast rap until I got into probably like my sophomore year of high school.
Wow.
So yeah, he'd put me on.
This is in 2000s though, right?
Yeah, this is what is it like? Sophomore year was like in 2010 for me.
Bro.
Yeah, I'm 30.
No, but I'm saying I'm not trying to get to that. It's like, bro, you in 2010 you didn't know about East Coast rap yet?
No.
Oh
no.
My god.
Not in full as I wanted it to. Like I feel like you know, you heard like my dad played like snippets of like Public Enemy, you know what I'm saying?
But maybe not like MF Doom or some of them.
Yeah, exactly. That's literally the one. My boy, I always shout him out. My boy Zerk, he put me on MF Doom, Biggie. You know what I'm saying? My other boy put me on Mobb Deep years later, like years later.
Some
into Wu-Tang, all that. Like, I didn't know about any of that. I grew up with like Delinquent Habits and Psycho Realm and Kid Frost and you know and
Mellow Man Ace
and Mellow Man Ace. Yeah. All those cats, bro.
Right.
Yeah,
that's amazing, bro. Like, I mean, it really shows like how the West Coast scene, that you know you don't automatically pick up what's happening on the other coast because that vibe is so thick. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Kansas City, D-Rod, like I've always felt like musically, bro, we're like a melting pot, bro.
Yeah.
And particularly just growing up here, man, and just being around hip hop and all that my whole life.
Yeah.
I remember in the 90s, early 90s, people were either E40, Too Short, you know, West Coast hard, you know, of course here came MWA and all them, right? Or you were East Coast. And me personally, I always enjoyed like East Coast Chicago music more. I don't know why, bro. Like that's Biggie, bro. Like I don't even want to get into the Tupac Biggie argument. I might get people mad, you know. But like Chicago, like Twista and all them, you know what I mean? Like I just always vibe with that more,
for
bro.
sure.
I don't know why, bro.
Yeah,
I don't know. Did you feel like that, bro? Like it just was always West Coast thing for you?
It was West Coast for a while, man. I was so embedded into what it was, you know, into the. I always loved the flavors that the Psycho Realm brought. You know what I'm saying? The voices, the different cadences, Delinquent Habits too. Like, I don't know. Like, I was so invested into that. So when I found New York and East Coast and MF Doom, it was just like I blew my mind. But I will say, in between that, because I'm skipping a bunch, the discovery of 3-6 Mafia. That was very pivotal in like and for my life. Yeah, like once I found 3-6, it was like.
What song did you find? What song did they find you on, bro?
So hold on, like I always like to tell this story. It's like when I had a CD player, I forgot what I had. I had the Bad Boys 2 album soundtrack or something like that. Like. An aunt or something got it for me for Christmas. So I was bumping that, right? It had a compilation of people on there, you know, all the new stuff. And somebody stole the CD player from me. And about a week later, I see the same CD player in these shoulder pads in the locker room. Oh, and man. The coach came and I said, "That's my CD player." He's like, "Oh, we'll go ahead," you know. And so attached was brand new iPod headphones. So I was already livid. I was like, "Man, these are expensive." Like, cool. I got these new headphones. Yeah. And then it had a Metallica CD in there, which I didn't really dipped into the whole like rock yet. But it had a burnt disc in there. I'm talking scratched up. And the first song on there was Project Pat, Cheese and Dope.
Let's go, bro.
Yeah. And I love this so much because over time I got to find those songs again. Yeah. But vinyl. Yeah, but just vinyl and just like through LimeWire and all that. When all that came up, I was like, oh shit, but there was no title, so I would have to kind of try to guess,
figure it out,
what could it be? And then a lot of the songs, since it was so scratched, it would just cut. So when I finally heard the full version, I was like, there's a whole nother verse? Like, oh shit. I'm in tune now, yeah, man. So,
that's hilarious.
So
bro.
when I found that, ironically, they say like, 3-6 is like they used to say like it's devil worshiper music. But I would only nuts. Yeah, and I would only listen to it on Sundays when mom would go to work, so I'd be at home by myself just like jamming out.
Bro, my mom, she destroyed all my CDs when she found them, bro.
Too, bro.
She was like, in the name of Jesus, this shit is going.
My world crash compels you.
No, real talk, bro. She took a hammer to him, bro. I'm not making it up, bro.
We in the same boat,
bro.
Except my story's a little bit more petty. My parents is split, so when she found my dad's music with me, she said, fuck that, you're not listening to that shit. Threw it all away, bro.
Yeah, she was double mad.
Yeah, bro. Like,
hey, have you ever heard or used in any of your cuts MC8?
Oh man,
Straight Up Menace, that song, man. Straight Up Menace, man.
I believe I have,
bro.
I believe I
got
have.
me in the state where I don't give a
Straight Up Menace, man. I was like, man, he needs to cut that in the mix somewhere.
There's one of the older tapes has a little bit of that. And I don't think it's the Menace part, but it's like the vocal of something. But I should definitely throw it back in there.
Put it in, man. Put it in,
like
man.
Cut it in real quick.
Straight Up Menace.
I've probably shared this with D-Rob before, but it's a true story, bro. Shout out to my boy Reggie, man. Reggie Wells. Grew up with them over here in KCK, man. And when that movie came out, right, he would call me summer. I'd be at home, me and my brother at home by ourselves. He would call me, and I'd be like, hello? Wake your ass up for the 93 shot. I swear to God, bro. Reg, man, that dude, I swear to God, bro. Reggie would call, wake your ass up for the 93 shot.
I love that. Man, I know you watching, man. Straight Up Menace, bro.
That's the shit, bro. Man, so, bro, you were making music, man. Let's talk about this mask, though, bro. Like,
yeah, man.
I mean, I feel like, man, we were just talking about this, right? Like, I know I've seen you everywhere with the mask now, right?
Yeah.
You Menace now. Like, I don't even care what your real name is. You just Menace. And let's talk about the name real quick. FK Menace. What does that mean?
FK is my real name abbreviated. Is what it is. The Menace portion is the real portion of it. My dad goes by Lemos Dos, the Menace from East LA. Oh, okay. And so I just took that little Menace portion of it and kind of made I wanted to always make the mask different from everybody else in the family, but also the name too, and not go under the same Lemos thing. Right. Only because I didn't feel like I felt like I didn't earn any of it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even ask. I just something I did, but I also felt like the name was rooted too far deep to even just take that on as a DJ name. Sure, I feel like just left it there. So I just kind of put those two together, and it kind of plays off of MF Doom. Yeah, that way. It pays homage to that. And shit. So,
shout out, man.
I'm sorry, but I was just calling you. I was like, man, that fuck Menace dude, man.
Yeah. Most people will do that. Right? It's all good. Yeah, most people will do that.
But I mean, in a good way.
I'm like, I don't think that's his name. Well, I don't think that's the purpose of it.
I know, because it's all over everywhere, right? It's in papers, magazines, man. And I was like, man, he can't be rolling like that.
No.
In a good way, bro. In a good way, right?
When did the mask become a part of you, bro? Like, when did you feel like, man, this is me. This is gonna be me and my, who I am with music, right? You're an artist, you're a DJ, bro. When did you decide that?
I think I remember it was so I've only been rocking it for like 4 years. So 4 years ago, I was living by myself and I was just doing these beats and putting things out. And I really was trying to figure out like the name, but also like what comes with that. Like, what is it? How does that work? Yeah. And I just remember like having like a stack of masks that my pops had given to me, but they were like throwaways. They were like, it was like something that the mask maker made for him just on the house. I had extra material. Here's these, and they were like very obscure colors and these different things. But there was one that stuck out to me, and it was the only one that fit. And it was like a more of a red stripe. It had a little bit of a jagged edge inside. Okay. But the thing that caught me was like the entire like scope of it, like the all black. It was all gridded and it was very chrome like, and it had like this crazy look to it. The reflective light on it. It was beautiful. Yeah. So I was like, man, this fits me. This works. Like,
Yeah.
fuck it, like let me just wear this and
make it
see what
happen.
happens. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
bro.
But it's taken me from that point. It took me a while to like get comfortable with it and actually like wear it out and wear it in public and things like that. But for a while, I mean, it served me for, I want to say, 2 of those years or 2.5 of those years, and to the point where I sweated it out so much that I couldn't wash it or do anything. I was so scared that all this literally turned black.
No way.
Yeah, it's just you could barely see like the chrome or the grit of it.
Wow.
You can't see any of it.
Oh man.
So yeah,
Can you remake it? Have you
so
made it?
that was actually the plan when I started designing. Is when I turned the logo into like my homie Dink had turned the logo into you know Dink, right? Yeah. So he vectored it into an actual logo, but what he did was it was a 3/4 view, and he turned this portion black like a shadow, essentially. But what he didn't know is he created like a then and now kind of deal. And so I really fuck with that idea, like oh, it's a then and now, like you know.
That's how you see it, huh?
Right. That's how I so I texted my cousin. My cousin's still active, and you know he has his mask maker in Mexico. So I was like, look, I'm looking for this and this. If you could find the same gridded texture and just do the black and red. And he's like, all right, primo, I got you, you know, whatever. Couldn't find it. It was just like a rarity of some sort.
Oh, wow.
And I said, you know what? Just do silver. Just do silver, red, black and red. And that was the second mask.
Okay.
And then Dink had thrown on the 94 on the vector. So the mask maker took that as you want the 94 on it. And so they added that. And then my cousin added an FK in back of it and put that as like the, you know, just like a back piece because I didn't have anything back there.
Yeah.
And I didn't want any, the first mask had like the old school ties.
Yeah.
But I realized how much we had progressed it. It was like this now, or like, you know, even a zipper of some sort or a Velcro. Yeah. So I was like, nah, dude, do these.
Is that a snap?
Yeah.
Snap on button?
It's a little snap.
Oh, yeah.
So you said your pops, he was a wrestler?
Yeah, Pops is
uncle.
he's still wrestling.
He's still wrestling.
Yeah. So my Pops is Lemos Dos. His uncle is Lemos Primero. And then his son is Lemos Jr.
Wow.
And then my uncle, my dad's brother, which is only us three, and then my dad, my grandfather who just passed away, from us out of their 2 journeys, he was Lemos Tres at one point. I don't think he really wanted to take on the mask, so he became like the technical, the good guy.
Okay.
And he became like San Antonio's original Vato Loco is what he kind of did his thing on, and it was his name was El Latino.
Okay.
And so it was always like they always played off of the rivalry between 2 brothers wrestling.
Yeah.
Good guy versus bad guy.
Yeah.
Even when the was it like 2003 when the Spurs won against the Lakers?
Yeah.
They played off of that too because he was a menace from East LA and he was San Antonio's hero. So around that time the championship was going and stuff. So they put that in the mix too.
That's what's up, bro.
Yeah.
So I mean, what does that scene look like in San Antonio, bro? Like it's big or what?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. There's tons of organizations back in the day, like you know, late 90s, early 2000s. Shawn Michaels was there present because he's from there. So he started PWI. And PWI was very much for like a, you know, beginner and starter into those leagues and stuff. Wow. So he had that going on, and you know, all the locals that were there were like my first wrestlers and luchadores that I met before, you know, I really knew, you know, the deeper ones besides your main one, Stone Cold and Undertaker, all those guys. Yeah. But it's still very prominent to this day. You know what I'm saying? You'll see like backyard West Side shit into, you know, I'll never forget it. It was the owner of the house, which also the owner of the promotion, was celebrating his daughter's 7-year-old birthday party. But the daughter was nowhere in sight. There was no cake. There was no piñata. There was nothing. It was just a show. And so, but it was like tucked in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? But then we also went to the ones out in the flea market where it was just a blue tarp for a backdrop for the, you know, the dressing room. And you had a, you know, lady doing the elote and the tacos and all that stuff. Man. So it was either like really grimy or it was really like put together in a warehouse with you know, all the big lights and stuff. So
man, I went to the Los Lonely Boys. I think it was 2 summers ago when they came.
Oh, okay.
And they're up at the Monarchs Field.
Yeah.
Right, and they had some luchadores out there, man. Did you go out there?
Was that the festival?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I heard about that.
Yeah, man.
They're like I think they travel. That same festival travels.
So they're probably on tour with those.
They were on tour or they just pulled from what it was. But I actually just met one of the cats that was in there. His name's Angel, and he actually, which is crazy. So my dad just visited KC this entire time. He's never been, so he just came this year. And one of the things that is going down in San Antonio is there's a couple of wrestlers who have very much like uplifted the scene a bit. So it's kind of
come back a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. It's a little bit more refreshed.
Right.
And the guy who's doing it, his name's Santa Chiva. He's been kind of like very much in tune with like the younger crowd in a way. Like it's weird. It's the way it's working. It's just working. And so my dad's a veteran. He's been around the block. He's been in the scene and stuff for years. So they're kind of like almost like tag teaming it. And then with me and him, it's like making him boost up a bit more on his side and my side as well. So it's kind of weird how it's going, but it's like a refresher. Yeah. And so how that happened is that the Santa Chiva knew Angel from Dodge City, Kansas.
Wow.
And he was like, hey, I got this, we'll pay for your travel, whatever. Yeah. And so he told me, hey, you want to come through? And my dad was like, yeah, let's go, let's get out. And he's like, how far away is that from Kansas City? He's like 5 hours. And once we figured out 5 hours, it's a 12-hour drive, so they've taken you like majority of the way. Yeah. We got to figure out how to get you over here. Right, you know what I'm saying? Right. So luckily, I found him a train ticket that was right after his match, 2 hours right after his match. He ended up getting here like at 7, 8 a.m. in the morning. Yeah. Spent like a couple days, and then
that's what's up. Yeah, man, cool. Did he like it?
Oh yeah, he loved it. Because I geared Kansas City to him and what he would like. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I took him to all the spots that I knew, like, he's old school, you know what I'm saying? He's 58, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he knows what he likes, but he's interested in trying to actually he's interested, but I had to like kind of persuade him a little bit, like, hey, it's a little bit different where I live, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna show you Kansas City the way you would live it. And so, we went down to Cortuda and smoked a couple cigars, you know what I'm saying? Los Alamos, he loved sitting there eating, drinking coffee, bought me some food to go for.
That's definitely a San Antonio vibe.
You know what I'm saying? And they're from the same place that my uncle's from Tamaulipas and Laredo. So like it just all clicked.
Bro.
100%. Shout out Augustine, man.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, it sounds to me though, Menace, bro, like the mask has been ingrained in you, like in your blood, bro. I mean, you talk about your pops, your uncles, bro. Yeah. I mean, your cousin. It sounds like right, like
yes,
I mean,
man.
it's part of you, bro.
Yeah.
And the reason why I asked that question is because, man, you know how people are, bro, especially out here, bro. It's like, oh, man, it's just like with us, bro. They see stuff like, man, that's a gimmick, man. Y'all just trying to whatever. It's like, nah, man, for real, like, we like this, This is us, for real, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So I appreciate, you giving that backstory to it, bro.
Yeah, of course. Like my family always says that Lucha Libre and music is in our blood.
Yeah, man.
And the one piece I'll add that to is that my uncle used to sing in a band, and they used to cover a lot of songs from Los Ángeles Negros. And they used to say he sounded like the main singer.
Oh,
so it was hand in hand with Lucha Libre. And then his son, Lemos Jr., was in a metal band. And now he's tucked in a cumbia band himself now. So musicianship. And my dad's the only one who's he's not really musically inclined, never played any instruments, but just love for the music.
Oh, come on, bro.
That's our
Mexicano,
culture,
right?
That's our culture, man.
Latino, bro.
Yeah, bro. I mean, just even the whole your whole family. It's just the one thing that people don't think about is athleticism, man. Yeah, bro. I mean, years ago, man, wrestling always got a bad rap and all that, man, but that shit down in Mexico, man.
Hard, bro.
Hard, man. It's legit, man. And I mean, just everything that they do, man. It's just.
It's a real passion too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like for them to be doing it in the backyard at a party, I mean, listen, me walking up and down the stairs hurts, sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So I couldn't imagine jumping around, getting slammed, bro.
People always ask me, hey, man, is you gonna get in the ring? I was like, dog, I can't. I'm good, bro. I'm good. First first time I ever got linked up with Made Mob, one of the shoots they did was for the 10-year anniversary, which is ironic because it was my 10 years too. So
okay.
The same amount of years I've been here is the same amount of years that Made Mob has been around. And so they shout out to Journey Pro and DJ. He had let us utilize his the ring basically to do the shoot in for the shoot. And, and then so we kind of set the scene, and we were just gonna come in and lock up and do a couple things, and so we got in there. I ran the ropes a little bit, just off what I know. Took a couple bumps, and next day I was like, "Fuck, bro, motherfucker's hurt." I was like, I called my dad. I was like, "How are you doing this for 38 years, dog? Like this shit is crazy."
I couldn't even imagine, bro. I couldn't imagine. But real quick, man, on that note, man, shout out Made Mob, man. That's what we are.
Made Mob.
Shout out Made Mob, man.
That's my family,
that's
bro.
That's where we are,
yes,
bro.
Sir.
And I really appreciate y'all for letting us, do this right here.
Of course.
Doing this episode. So shout out to them for that.
Hell yeah.
Back to the music.
Yeah.
So let me ask you one quick question, since we're wrestling now, talking about wrestling. Did your pops have like a walkout song?
Yeah.
What's the walkout song?
Yeah, it's changed over the years. It's changed repeatedly over the years.
Yeah.
I think it's like California by fuck, man. He's a new artist, but he
it's not California by Dr. Dre.
No. Okay. It's like I forgot his name, but his face is painted like Dia de los Muertos, and he's pelon and he's just hard. Like his videos are hard, but my dad always kind of kept that same grit to whatever he was listening to. Like back in the day,
man. I think I've seen that. I can't think of it too, but I know you're talking about, bro.
I'm singing the song in my head, but the artist I don't know who it is.
Sing it, bro. Sing it.
It has that chorus that's California, and then like it goes into like this trumpets, and he starts spitting. He starts getting down.
I know I've seen that somewhere.
But before that, it was Quinto Sol, and then before Quinto Sol, it was like Delinquent Habits, and then in between, it was like DJ Payback Garcia mixed with like Conejo and like all these other cats. So it's progressed over the years. Yeah.
So D-Rod knows this, but in early 2000s, bro, I used to sell all that music. CDs over here in
I love that.
St. John's, the flea market, bro.
Hard.
So like, it's because back to my whole love in Chicago, I would go up there, with the wifey and her family, and go to the marquetas, and I see all this like Chicano rap, Mexican rap, Payback Garcia, and I'm like, man, what is? Because I love mixed CDs back then, especially.
Those are my favorite, honestly.
Because you get a bunch, right?
I've never told my dad that, but every time he played DJ Payback Garcia, bro, like, man, it was just. That was like the first tape I where it was just cut. Yeah. But it was like cohesive. Yeah. I was like, dude, this is badass. Yeah. Bro.
Shout out my boy Pitos, man, because honestly, he turned me on to that. But where I was going with that is Conejo, Delinquent Habits, bro, like all them, man. Just like, I was like, man, I never heard of this before. I mean, because I'm here in KC, bro, and I never got into that. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it was a vibe, man. For real,
man, he was flipping those tapes, man.
It was a vibe for real, bro. Up, and then of course SPM. You know what I mean? Back then, especially, he
was in there too.
It was dope, bro. It was real dope, man. So. People don't know. They probably hear some music behind us, man. Yeah, man. This music is yours, bro.
Yes, sir.
So you kept going with the music, man. What's the evolution of where you are today with your music, bro?
Oh man, one of the first couple tapes was just about me. It was messing with samples and vinyl and soul samples and not really a specific sound or anything. I just knew I wanted to chop up samples and see what I could do. And YouTube University taught me like a lot. You know what I'm saying? Watching people like The Alchemist and Ninth Wonder chop up samples on YouTube and trying to put those pieces together was like the best part of the first part of the journey. And then over time, I kind of dipped into these little side projects and smaller EPs. I did one with Dink when he lived in Denver. I curated a tape for his Dia de los Muertos show.
Okay.
That he was it was like a gallery showing, which he'll be doing another one at Matty Rose in December, which is like I don't think he's done one here, but specifically for that, I curated like a beat tape that there were just a bunch of samples from like Pedro Infante and like all these greats. Yeah. And I always say that's one of my favorite and one of the best ones because I did it like in a week and a half in the break room doing valet, you know what I'm saying? And like a night shift and fire, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But then we kind of, got the identity in the mask and things like that. So I wanted to talk about and pull samples from our matches and these interviews that you could still find, and these sounds from like the matches themselves that I would go see. Okay. I would take my camera and my voice, memo and just throw it on and see what the wrestlers are talking about or whatever. So all that is embedded in what's called the second match. And then I took a little bit of a hiatus because I was like 2020, like kind of end of pandemic. Yeah. And then my computer just like crapped out on me, and all these different things were happening. And so DJing took place of producing. So I stopped producing for a little minute, and then I just got the computer back with like extended terabyte and the whole nine. All the files just are still there. Yeah, and that's what made me put out this newest one called Rudos. Okay. Because it was about 85% done. And I was like, man, dude, I'm sitting on this. And I don't, So going back and listening to what it was, but also at the same time that I'd gotten the computer back a week before that, I was already debating that I should put some out by just what was on my phone. Nothing was mastered, nothing was edited, nothing. I was just going to put it out as is. Then I got the computer back. I was like, dude, it's perfect. I can finish it now.
Now you can finish it.
I was able to finish it. So a lot of those beats you'll hear like from 2015, 2016, like two of them are new. Okay. And then some of them are around that 2020 mark, 2021, 2023. So it's like a blend, but still the same vibe. And this one just focuses on like the music that like if there was music that we would come out to in a match or in an entrance, what would that sound like? But it also deals with like things that I deal with on a personal level. Okay. And so it kind of has like a double meaning behind, with influences like, there's some DJ Screw influence in there. There's some flavors from like the West Coast. It's kind of got that boom bap feel. So it has a little bit of an eclectic feel to it, but still like us. You know what I'm saying? So man.
If our audience, people in our audience are interested in hearing that or getting it, how can they do that, bro?
All streaming platforms. Just look up Rudos, YouTube and stuff. I'm loading up more content for it and on hopefully some more merch and yeah, man, it's all
Spell
there.
that out, bro, for the people, man.
Rudos, RUDOS.
Yeah.
And
on any streaming platform.
Where the name come from, bro?
Rudos, we're the Rudos, bro. We're the bad guys. We're the heels, you know what I'm saying? We've always been that, you know what I'm saying?
The rude boys.
Yeah, man. Bro. We the ultimate Rudo was who we got our mask from, was Sangre Chicana back in the day when my uncle was touring. Sangre, before he was Sangre, he was Lemos. Okay. And then he was switching up his persona, but he wanted my uncle to become like the Lemos revamped version, like the black gangster in a sense, because it was a different colored mask. Yeah. And so Sangre was just like I said, the ultimate Rudo. Like he, like, you know how they say like wrestling's fake and these different things. Some of those hits, they don't hit, but his were punches, his were hitting, and so that's what made him the ultimate Rudo. And
I got you.
We've all that's what we are.
I got you, bro. I love it, bro. I love it, man, because it's all deep. You know what I mean? It all has meaning. You know what I'm saying?
It all comes from right here, man.
Yeah. All of it, bro. It has to. Yes, dude. Man. It's and that's the challenging part of it, and almost like a fluid part of it is like you're taking like this DJ world and meshing with the Lucha Libre and how do they kind of correlate and how do they fit, but you're also taking like the attitude of it and then just of myself and like the personal things that I might deal with or whatever, or you know the artist life or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Even like when you say you was Pedro Infante, I mean, I heard him play El Rey. Mm-hmm. You did something with Del Rey, man, and I was like, "Holy shit, bro!" Yeah, I mean, just using those, you know, iconic artists, man, and incorporating that with your
everybody
music,
knows
with your
them.
beats, bro.
Oh yeah,
everybody knows them,
man.
Yeah, and that tape was a fun one because I got to explore that side of things. Almost like I was digging into my grandma's stash, you know what I'm saying? I got taken back by so many different of those flavors of songs that
everybody,
you know,
right?
I mean, me and Dink were sharing that moment in that tape, and that tape's called the Calaca tape. Okay, and that's cool because he even did the art cover for it, so it was like a skull with the torn off mask, and it just looked all gritty in his style, and I was like, dude, this is
sick,
bro,
man.
we even made what did I cut? one of the songs from La Bamba. You know, when he's there with the lamp and he's filming.
Bob. When Bob's
So it's like a little fun little trap remix, but it hits, bro. Like, you know.
I love that scene, bro. Isn't it like his uncle behind him strumming the guitar?
I think that's him or somebody in the corner is like the real singer of it.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, he's like singing it, and then he's there with the flashlight, and then Bob's like the fucking
Bob does the jacket. He's like,
bro, it was fun to explore that and to have these projects enough to go and actually do the research and pull samples from and find all these pieces to really tell the story. I feel like if there's any style I can really put a stamp on, it's the art of collaging and putting these pieces together. I just look at it like a puzzle, essentially. And that's in anything I do, whether it's design, whether it's video, whether it's music or anything. There's a certain, like, until I figure how it looks and how it molds and I'm satisfied with it, then it's good.
We're just matching, bro. Just matching everything that you're talking about, man, is an art. Form right there within itself, 100%. Man. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah,
you know,
I gotta introduce you to my youngest son, bro.
Yeah,
because he makes beats, bro.
Beautiful.
And this kid, like I mentioned, MF Doom. Only reason why I even know about that dude is because I hear him every night playing.
Come on now,
bro. Like by day he's 16, bro.
I love that.
And like
he got some good shit, man.
He listens to 90s hip hop more than any other hip hop.
See, you did your job,
bro.
You did your job, bro.
Every now and then they give me credit for something. I think I'm gonna take credit for that. But the point, man, is like, you know, these young Latinos, bro, young kids, you know, they want to make music, bro. Like, you know, and that's a real passion for him. Like, he's like that. I want to go to school for music, you know.
Beautiful.
This and that. And I'm like, yeah, man, but there's people here you can learn from. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm one of them.
Absolutely.
I'm one of them all day.
Absolutely, bro. Yeah. So the thing I love about Rudos, man, is the fact that it's an instrumental. And I was going to ask you, so let's say I'm an artist, let's say, right now, you know what, man, I want to make a song to this. What does that look like, bro? Are you open to stuff like that? Like, has anybody ever approached you and said, man, I want to do a song over your beat, bro?
Yeah, it's I feel like there's been I don't think nobody's succeeded. Maybe like one person from back home, my homegirl Cree. Yeah, shout outs to her. She took one of those beats to like YouTube studios and spit some bars over it. Okay. You know, and then did another song, early beats.
Okay.
I never was the one to throw it out there or shop beats or anything, any of that nature.
Yeah.
I always just felt like anytime I put on a beat, nobody could ever catch a flow to it. Like nobody. Yeah, and I always thought that was weird. I was like, what am I missing?
Put on a beat right now, bro. You about to hear me.
I got it. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
But yeah, I think that distaste just led me to believe that it just wasn't meant to be, and I could just solely stick to making beats for myself as much as I would be taking some photos or just creating art for myself. It's just something I need to hear, something I need to I mean, when I released Rudos, like I said, it was 85% done.
Right.
So finishing it, I haven't made anything since, and I dropped that 2-3 weeks ago.
Right.
I know I needed to get that off my chest because so much had built up, and I realized how much. I realized that the time that was just gone from making music, like how much I missed the outlet of making music and creating.
Well, that's what you were building it up for anyway, right?
Right. But everything else I do out here, it's not really an outlet. It's for money. You know what I'm saying?
Something else. Yeah.
But it's still passion.
So was it like a therapy? You feel like for you?
Oh, 100%.
100%. Yeah.
When I tell you, like, it's so crazy the way like our minds work. It's like I'm playing it, I'm making it, I'm feeling it, I'm putting all these pieces together. I'm chemist, you know, in the lab. But when it finally got out and it was on there and I pressed play, just tears, bro. Because I couldn't, because it was done. It was solidified. The distro kid is put it on all platforms already. It's out. It's done. And I just sat there and I was just like, fuck.
That's what the passion, bro. The passion right there. I mean, I feel you, bro, 100%.
Yeah.
But like the preparation, man, what it takes. Is there some type of like bro? we're preparing right here because we already know we're gonna. Hey man, we're having a good time. We're talking. We're doing. When you're doing your beats, is there like a process or something like a ritual or something that you like got to get in the zone or is there anything like that?
Nah, I wouldn't say like for the moment, but I say for a period of time. Right. Any creation, anything that I do usually takes I call it like the brewing process. Right. Everything just brews and I start to piece things together. Then I'll catch a couple homies and just spit it to them like I'm spitting some bars real quick. What do you think of this? You know? Yeah. And then they'll hear, oh, that sounds dope. Well, maybe you could, then they might tap in a little, but it's a lot of brewing and then I'll be lazy as shit. I'll procrastinate to the end of it. Yeah, and then when I finally like, all right, I got to do this. Yeah. And then I start, that's when I'm locked in. Yeah. I'm locked in, a couple joints, go use the restroom, come right back, get on it. That's what I was doing now before I got here, working on Made Mob ads. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, I have this amount of time. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all part of that process and the brewing of it is like essential to the ritual, as you would say. Like that's a part of it. It's like sitting on it for a long period of time until that last final second. Yeah. When I know I need to get it done, I feel like that's when it just like boom, just shoots out. Right.
And then when it's done, man, it's just like
then I could like breathe and like look at it and be like,
and the reason I ask that is because we've talked to many artists, painting, drawing, and all that, and they've also said it's the same, almost the same thing. Like they gotta mentally prepare and just kind of. Like everything else don't matter and they're in the zone and they don't get 100%. Focused, like don't listen to no music, and then there's some that do listen to music, and then I mean it's just a process.
I feel like for a beat maker, music is I think that's what's always needed. I remember making beats, and before I would make them for the day, let's just say I had a full day when I was doing it 9 to 5, Saturday would come about and I'd wake up 11 o'clock, light a joint, eat some breakfast, whatever, and just
eat some leftover pizza.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever, you know what I'm saying? Just to get some in my system and then stand outside for a bit and be like, fuck, dude, I don't know. Like, am I having a block or something? Right. And at the time, I was watching a lot of Rhythm Roulette. Okay. If you ever heard of Rhythm Roulette, your son should definitely tap into Rhythm Roulette. But there's a lot of old episodes. They don't do it too much anymore. But basically, they would take a producer, a well-known, Jazzy Jeff, Havoc, Ninth Wonder, all those cats. Plethora of a library there of producers that they would be in different select cities. Yo, what's up? I'm Ninth Wonder. I'm gonna go into this record shop, choose 3 records, blindfolded, then go back home and make beats. And that was the episode. So I put one of those on, then watch the process and do a little something different. Each time you would see like a different routine and be like, all right, I'm gonna kind of replicate that, but I'm gonna use this record, or for the day I'm gonna go out and go cop like $50 worth of vinyl, come back and then do that same deal. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of that, but then there's also some things that in that process I just save sound bits or sound samples or selects. Shazam is always like on the shit, like I could flip that. Like I might use that for later, or that shit.
And it could just be a small little
something small, something small just to inspire me to either be a missing puzzle piece or start the beat itself. And I've done so much off. I mean, Rudos is a prime example of start. Rudos has a lot of the orchestra music from Blood and Blood Out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It has a lot of that background stuff that was very menacing or like intense or it's like there's a scene when Miklo goes to prison and what that sounds like, and that's like the theme for battle. Or like the beginning you'll hear like the intro of it, or just these like, how do I make this sound like it's like intense, like man, the menace is coming, you know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of instrumental pieces in the process where it's everyday shit. It's walking down the street and hearing something small and being like, all right, I'm gonna record that right quick.
It's crazy. So first thing, man, you said Blood in, Blood Out. Shout out Brian B. Shining. Our boy Brian, bro. Like he's 103.3, right?
Yes,
so he was sharing with us while we were setting up, and then in the episode he was telling us how Blood in, Blood Out is his favorite movie of all time.
Okay,
bro. Like, Dude, it is hilarious, bro. Like, I still didn't I need to make some content around just that moment in the episode because we were asking him, like, man, what's your favorite scene?
Part.
You know, this and that. And I was like, man, don't give me some chunk, you know, or some silly, you know. Like, I don't know,
what did
bro.
he say? He said,
Suave.
Oh, yeah.
That's what he said.
Hell yeah.
He said that. So, man, first of all, man, before we move any further, bro, like the fact that your music, you know, you found the laptop, you're able to throw it out, bro. Like, you put it out, you know. I mean, D-Rod, you know what that is, man.
Man, look, I mean, wait, man, we done missed
so
much. This is to the end.
That's a salute, bro. Salute you, man. Salute, bro.
Man.
Salute.
Man, what you doing, bro? Come on.
I love it, man. I love it. You talked about now, you know, you haven't made any music since. You said that. You're DJing, man. So, bro, like, what do you do? 10 gigs a weekend? I mean, bro, I see you so much. And I mean, how did that pick up for you, man?
Oh, man. I got to give a shout outs to my boy Shepa. Shepa put me at the Ship at a Halloween joint that he took over both rooms.
Okay.
And this is around the time before that I was wearing the mask more, and during the pandemic, a lot of DJs were streaming and doing these things. So I was kind of dabbling into that. Yeah. And then slowly, certain businesses started to kind of open up a little bit.
Right.
But he literally, word for word, was just like, bro, I've been seeing you move. You're very active out here. You want to play the small room at the shit. And I had never been to this shit before. I just knew it was a place that you'll hear some DJ music and it'll go off, and it's an entire vibe for people that know the shit. And I was excited. So once that had taken off, you know, they had kind of, you know, hit more and more like residency and different things like that. And I feel like that like jump started the entire deal,
the whole thing,
and that kind of led me into like these different pockets of, you know, businesses that were opening up and wanted to DJ, or like these bigger venues and these different things. And I mean, it's crazy to even think about like how far I've been into it. But like, I would say like this last month, October, busiest month out of my entire DJ career.
Right.
I mean, it was like stacked with, I was like, holy shit, like we're in here, you know? But I think the one thing that sets me aside that I make sure is like, I'm a lover of music. So you're going to hear literally everything. You know what I'm saying? I will give you a great set of, you know, obscure music that I found, but it's gonna fit that vibe. Majority of my shit was cumbia, you know, and it is cumbia, and it's because that's where I come from. That's my heart, really. Cumbia,
I love cumbia.
It's just so infectious, dog. Like,
bro.
I love.
It gets them moving.
I mean,
it gets them dresses.
Cumbia,
it gets them dresses shaking, bro.
There is
spaghetti strap dresses.
All that. You know what I'm saying? There is nothing more pleasing than seeing a melting pot room, not just a room of Latinos, a melting pot of a room dance to cumbia. And there's people that are there showing other people how to dance cumbia. And that's literally the best part. And I feel like I want to say there's more out there now, but at one point I felt like I was like the only distributor of like cumbia, like just straight cumbia, the classics, the remixes, but also blending with hip hop and kind of catering to black and brown. And really
no, it's facts, bro.
Together,
let me say something, Menace, bro. Like, it's facts, because first of all, that's our vibe. Like D-Rod and I, bro. Like how you DJ, how you go about your set. Anybody that knows us knows that's the vibe. You generally, in my experience, I'm sure D-Rod might agree, in our experience, we generally don't get that vibe unless it's a quinceañera, a wedding, a divorce. No, you know,
any type of celebration,
a baptism, you know, something, right? A graduation. That's when you get in that vibe, and that's usually like on a Saturday from noon to 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so segue into Sintope.
Oh
you know, Ritmazo, is that what it is? Yeah,
Ritmazo,
yeah. So I asked the wifey one night, I'm like, yo, let's go check out this, you know, like I'm seeing this, you know, let's go. She's like, what is it? You know, and I'm like, I have no idea. Never even been to the ship, bro.
Beautiful.
Never been to the
Beautiful.
ship.
Yeah.
And I forgot what was going on that day, but went down there. I was tired. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't gonna front. I was tired. And I remember walking in and people was like, Enterrupt KC?
Hell yeah.
And it was pretty dope. I was like, damn, that's pretty dope.
Cool.
But I saw you was doing your thing, you know, and I'm like taking video, and I'm like, I have never been to a club in Kansas City or a bar or a restaurant or whatever the ship is. No disrespect, I just don't know what it is.
Right.
And had that vibe.
Yeah.
In fact, I remember posting that video and sharing it, and I had friends text me, "Where is this at?" Like, where is that in Kansas? And they're born and raised Kansas City.
Menace, he called me when he left, and he was like, D-Rock, man, we gotta go down here. We gotta go.
I'm like, dude, it's the vibe. It's the vibe, bro.
I
love that, man. Just segue to that, bro. Like, so talk about Ritmazo, bro. Like, Sin Tope, you know, that's you. You know, it's Juan, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Carlos,
where'd this evolve from, man?
Well, I've known JC for a little bit of time, and in passing for, you know, from time to time, him being on tour with making movies and things like that, we've always just kind of like, little things here and there, you know. But I think he got to that point where he just genuinely wanted to do something different from making movies. It was a side thing that he could do and tack on to, you know, during the times that he just wasn't touring. And I thought that was so cool. I was like, all right, cool. You know, what'd you have in mind? And so he's like, how about I just like play alongside, you know, just. I was like, for real, you know, I was kind of hesitant, but I was like, at the same time, like, you know, you know what you're doing, so fuck it, why not? And so once I had gotten into the ship, I think I'd only been there for small room residency, probably like 8 months, 7 months, 8 months, or whatever. It was when we got down to the to that year mark in October. We did the first one together, and just see how it worked, and we loved it. We were just like, man, dude, the people were receptive. Like, I had a very small, you know, group that, you know, knew who I was, and then, you know, he had his people for the years that come into his show, but they're like, oh, this is something different, and so over time we kind of like naturally just progressed that into something that we could just kind of keep adding, and it allowed me to have, like, the ship had always left open this like blank canvas for us to position things, or to try new ideas, or bring in guests, or figure out how to you know, how a deal works.
That's cool,
you know?
with them, man.
Yeah, like they left that door open, and I was like, okay, cool, well, let's do this, and between me and JC is like, working with him is like just money. It's just, I have an idea, it's like, yeah, okay, and then like he'll say something, and then it'll just zoom into something else, and pretty soon we got like something golden, and we're like, all right, let's fuck with that. But it doesn't take long. It's like a smoke session, we got it. You know what I'm saying? We got the next 3 months, really. But when we got to our October one, which is our Dia de los Muertos party, which we're doing this Friday, tomorrow, we essentially just added in the two pieces missing. It was like 2 artists and food outside. Okay. And because the ship would close their kitchen. And so I always thought, like, bro, there's nowhere to go after a certain time. It's Pueblito or it's Town Topic.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? But you gotta drive to those. You gotta wait in line for those. You gotta wait for a table. I was like, if I just have a food truck out here, bro, it's so much easier. We can just get in, get out, and people can sober up before they drive, or before they call that Uber. Just something.
Get the burrito, man.
That's literally, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just get in, get out. So once we found that formula actually worked, like, okay, let's have a special guest and the tacos outside. Let's just keep that going. We kept it December. Right at the jump of January, I wanted to exercise the 360 room. So the small stage in the middle. And then we keep the stage open. We let people dance, or we have our guest that's going to be singing get up there and do their thing. And once we figured out what that setup looked like, I kind of got over, you know, into Made Mob, and had a team that, you know, really wanted to help, you know, facilitate that, whether it's camera work or just extra hands. And so once we had more moving pieces, we're just like, let's just keep this consistent and call it something. And so we came up with Ritmazo, which is Ritmo, but like with an extra like chingazo to it. You know what I'm saying? Just add a extra flair. And so that's it. You know, we're ending off the first full year of Ritmazo. I think for December we're gonna have if you're familiar with El Dusty, El Dusty I think we'll have in December. And then this one we're having a guy named Filthy Drones from San Jose. And last year we had these 2 girls from the Bay. They go by Teca, and like we've had all these people just come in and come out.
Come in,
And that's all going to be down at the ship.
At the ship, tomorrow at the ship, and we'll have Filthy and the Grupo Folclórico Alma Tapatía is going to be doing their thing for that. And then we have a couple decorators doing the Day of the Dead and all that stuff, all the decorations and stuff.
So that's tomorrow?
Yep. And it's tomorrow. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What you doing tomorrow, man?
Hey, man, it sounds like I'm going down there, man.
Yeah, bro. Come through, bro. Come through. And we even, one of the things I love that I did last year is that, like I said, I make visuals too. So for every show, we do a different visuals, and we have sponsorships, little packages that we put together too for anybody who wants to sponsor. Mm-hmm. But a part of this one, I like to do a digital ofrenda. So I'll do like the pictures up there for people who want to submit and things like that.
So you that one. I mean, you got that too. You got the videos, you got the screens and all that as well.
All that. I do that. I do the flyer work. I do the visuals for it.
You're a busy man.
Curate everything. Man. Yeah, yes,
that's
sir.
Dope, bro.
Yes,
that's
sir.
dope.
You know what I wanted to ask you too, Menace, man, is okay. So when you're in the lab, and then when you're performing, how do you? You read the crowd, right? How do you? I mean, what's that like? I mean, you obviously when they're getting more hyped, you are too.
Yeah,
right. You're 100%. I mean, and then when they're kind of toned down a little bit, I mean, do you switch it up with that still yet?
Because I was looking for a breather, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like I'm a big dude. I'm dancing I'm like, I ain't danced this much. And, man,
there's no breathers with this.
Bro, I'm looking back like Menace.
That's honestly the meaning of that's the root of Sintope. Sintope is no limit. So there is no limitations to how we do it, what we do, what we play. Yeah. When it comes to what we do, is like it's all improv. We don't practice none. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. He's following me. He don't even know what I'm gonna play. But the key thing about me is that half the time I have something planned, the other half I'm freeballing it, and I throw in things in there just because I want people to hear new shit.
It just comes to you, man.
I'm just like, people should hear this, and this goes with this, and then this could go with that. Like, then we'll piece it together like that. And the more I introduce music to people that are not your typical, what you're gonna hear everywhere else, or throwing that classic in there that you forgot about. Right. That's the best part of it. It's like that nostalgic portion of it, but also like to have that blend between these two songs that I don't know which one to dance to, but this shit hits, bro. I'm loving it. That's really the best part. Is like having people guess. That's like the root of Sintope, but that's like the root of me too. It's I'm giving you a Menace style of DJing, and you don't know what I'm playing. You might hear that. You might hear some of the same shit, but we got to hear those classics sometimes.
Man, let's go. You got to play the classics, bro.
Bro, that'll get me going. Come on, man. I'm gray hair. I'm old cat, man. Come on, bro. I'll be right there.
Yeah, bro. Was Fito Olivares? Is that classic cumbia?
That's in there too. Yeah, man. And Vicente Molina's in there too.
You got to play the classics, bro. There was one part, bro. I ain't even gonna front. Like, there was one part when I went down there, and I believe Mixteca. Shout out Mixteca, man. She was down there, and she was killing it, bro. Killing it. And I love the whole, like, you guys are just. It's not gatekeeping. Like you exposing people to different artists, different locally, especially. You know, I love that, bro. Yeah. But there was a part in there where I can't remember if it was her or somebody. It didn't matter. They was playing music from like city anthems. Like, there was like a California song. There was a Houston song. There was like a New York song, an Atlanta song. She was killing it, bro. Yeah. And I couldn't help but think to myself. We need a Kansas City song. Bro, I'm not even fronting. Like, I remember walking out, driving home, and I'm like telling the wifey, I'm like, you know what? Like, we need a Kansas City, and listen, there's some great ones. Yeah. Tech, he put a lot of Kansas City shit out. We all know that. Love and respect Tech to death. But like something like this year, you know what I'm saying?
100%.
Because, man, everybody's making
these anthems and
these anthems, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, and I don't know, man, especially, maybe even more importantly, I would say a Latino artist creating something like that. Oh, 100%. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like, we don't have that, bro. Yeah. At all.
Yeah. That's probably I would say, if there was a goal in mind between me and JC, and even just myself, is like, I definitely want to dabble into making cumbia more. You know what I'm saying? I feel like every tape, probably the last 3 tapes, have all had some rendition or version of cumbia the way I know how to make it in a way.
Yeah.
But from getting my shit back and him, doing his thing on the percussion, I definitely feel like we need to collectively make some music happen and see how we can blend what I already play into something that's for the masses, but something that becomes Kansas City.
Yeah,
or something
but it's part of the culture
whatever.
too.
Yeah, part of the culture. There's so many different avenues and even just conversations that we've talked about that we could just we could do that. Or we can mix that or whatever. I mean, he had JC had a song come out with I don't want to get it wrong. Is it? I think it's Becky G. Okay. I think it's Becky G. So,
yeah, Becky G. Yeah, I saw that.
So he had some percussion overlay on that, and so he's like, "Bro, it'd be dope if you can make that into a salsa mix. Just make a rendition of it." And so we're sitting on my couch and we're going through like different things. And nowadays you could use stems. You could separate the stems of any song on the spot. And so I was like, man, let me take these salsa drums from my boy Radical One from Boston, who I brought down. Shout out to Radical. But we used some of his salsa drums mixed with that, and it just fit. And we're just like, okay, well, now we know, like, from a DJ's perspective, I could do it that way, but then we could also go in the lab and actually record and figure out like instrumentation, bring some people in and see what we can cook up, and it'd be like a whole nother sound for me too. Because I would honestly say Rudos is probably like the last, like, I'm sure I'll do beats in that style, but I want to progress into things that I can produce and actually play for people, so you're actually hearing like that track ID and you can Shazam and you can be like, damn, another DJ is gonna play that in the club, and I got great homies that are around me that I'm fortunate enough that I've met over the time that have been like, hey, whenever you get to that point, send it to me. I'll tell you like what needs fixing, what's gonna take it to the next level, how it's gonna sound. And I'm fortunate enough to have those guys. So
man, that's dope,
I'm excited, bro. Because that's like the whole nother,
Well, I mean, you said Rulos is what? I mean, some of the music on there is what sounds like 8 years old at least.
Yeah.
So
it aged well. I'll say
that. It aged well, but that's you've evolved since, right?
100%.
So to me, it's like it's natural to be like, hey, yo, man, like that's great. That was me. No doubt, it was very emotional for you, obviously. But now you're at a point where musically and certainly as an artist, man, you're in a different space now.
100%.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah.
So that's awesome, bro.
Yeah, but man, I'm sitting there thinking, man, just hearing you talk, bro. Come on, man. Love it 100%. With this whole creativity, bro, that you've done, to me, it's mastering, right? That's 100%. What it is, mastering it. Your creativity with your mask, with your music, with your producing. What do you think has been the most rewarding? What's been most rewarding about all this shit, bro?
So you know what? I answered this recently. I didn't really talk about it, but there was a piece written in the Kansas City Star recently. And that same question got popped up.
Really?
Yeah, same question is like, what is the impact? Or no, that was my answer. It's like, what have you gained throughout all this? And I said, it's the impact, and the impact is people not only giving you that praise, but it's the other side of it of like, I look up to you, or you're the inspiration, or you got me through this, or I've been listening to this since this time. It's like those little things is like an artist is everything. Artist is subjective in general. You know what I'm saying? People are going to take it or are going to leave it. The fact that people are accepting that and relating and sticking to that and holding that to their hearts.
Right. I'm just saying it's helping them in some way or another.
Helping them, like, I'm like, oh, fuck, man. Like, okay, cool. Like, another brownie point to keep going. Yeah. Because I feel like as artists, we get into the space of like self-doubt and depression and things. That's why I even came here and started working here, because they left the door, Made Mob left the door open for me to actually sit at the table with them and just do my work. And I kept coming until eventually I landed a job here. And that was so great about it, because it was just based off of just mental health and just being around people that were just like-minded individuals that had a sense of purpose and direction and wanted to just help you just the same exact way. And I feel like with that is like, just every step of the way you get a little bit of that validation. There's no ego boost, there's no nothing. I've said this before, like the mask is good enough for me. That's the ego driven within it. I know what I hold.
Well, that mask, I mean, it means something completely different outside of that.
But the artistry, the root of it, like dog, I'll sleep on the floor if I have to type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the pure passion of it.
Right.
That if that impacts people, that's fine with me.
So you was in the Star.
Yeah. yeah. They wrote an article. Listen, I've been busy as hell, and I forgot to pick a copy up and these different things. But yeah. So they wrote a little story and different stuff like that.
That's official, bro. That's official, bro.
Yeah.
In fact, D-Rod, you know what that is?
Man, look, that's exactly where I was going.
That's a salute,
Kansas City Star, bro. Salute, man. Come on, man. You know.
I think it's incredible, man. I mean, you know, the Star, bro. It's the biggest paper we got here in the city, bro.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you know, back to what you were saying, man. So, the thing I'm hearing, bro, and you correct me if I'm wrong, okay? What I'm hearing you say is, your music is therapy for you. Mm-hmm. But it's also therapy for other people.
The listeners, man.
And people have shared that with you.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's the beauty of art, period. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean,
100%.
We've had a number of artists here join us, you know, and share their story. I mean, even, you know, people like Foster, man, shout out, you know, your life is worth living. Mm-hmm. Just to create something because he needed that.
Yeah.
You needed that. You create something, and then people are just like, man, I need that.
100%.
I need that too. You know what I'm saying?
It's like somebody told me, it's like you start to become the things that you never had. Mm. And I feel like I said before, when I got here, I was stripped of culture. I was stripped of trying to find myself.
You say you were like butt naked
out here. Just I didn't know who I was, what I was. I just was here. And I feel like even when I didn't have anything, and I wasn't even solidified, if I saw somebody from Texas, from the hometown, from just a state, it's like I knew, like, let me see if I can get my hands on just something for you. You know what I'm saying? Because I just didn't have anything really, like, to, you know, I lived at the dorm for like a minute, you know what I'm saying? But after that, it was like, all right, what's next? I don't really know what's going on here, or like I said, who I am. So, you know, if people place it on the music or anything else I do, they're genuinely I just know they're watching off of everything I do. Yeah. And if it's whatever avenue they want to choose from, you know, a lot of the impact is from Sabados. You know, Sabados is a big one.
Yeah, good segue, bro. I was going to ask you about that.
Sabados is a big one. Sabados got started out of the pandemic for producers, just to showcase beats. I wanted to showcase beats, but I want to be around people that wanted to showcase their own beats too. Yeah. And shout out to Carlos that used to own Pollo Mexican Barbecue in the Kansas side. Like, he opened up the door for a creator like me just looking to help his business out, because I wanted to shoot content for him. But then I was like, man, I've seen some of the homies play beats on the patio. Like, you mind if I do something or host something? He's like, yeah, go for it. And then that ended up leading into the Mercado part, and then him serving the food, and it just created like this whole community effort. And I thought that was so cool. And it's progressed over time. We're about to enter our 4th season, and now we're at Lemonade Park. And Lemonade Park I got linked up with because I started working for Record Bar, and Record Bar is all connected with all of that. So they were like, hey, we see the vision, we understand it, we ride for you, like, do your thing. And I feel like from that alone, like, a lot of people have gotten their start. A lot of people have dipped their toes. A lot of people have gained the confidence to do something, to be present as an artist, to network, to be vocal, to even find their voice. Some people have even gained distributor deals to get their products into stores and stuff like that from Sabados, just from being there, just from that's dope. You know. So like, that alone is the impact alone is like, if I hear something that is you know, is beyond me, and it's something that impacted your life, that's, man, I'll take that. I'll take that win. It's no different. It's no different from you know, on a personal level. It's like when somebody says they're going to show up to a show and I don't see you. I do take that to heart. I do. The reason why is because when I play the sets, I might just stick a song in there just for you, just because of the conversation we had, because it influenced for the week, for the month, whatever. It's like, oh man, I could just, you know, throw that in there. Hey, you know, I might not shout you out, but it was for you. Just know that it's for you. You know what I'm saying? And those types of things, is like the passion, the impact, it all like goes together. So it's very much,
it is personal.
Yeah, it's very personal. You know what I'm saying? Bro. Very personal. So,
Well, if you ever want to play a song for me, bro, listen.
Hey, I got you, big dog. Hey, I got you.
Juicy.
It's already in my, bro. It's in my brain already, bro.
We stamped that for you, bro.
Hey, if you're playing, can I just come up to you and tell you, hey, bro, can you play that? I mean, do you do that?
That's what I won't do.
Okay,
that's what I won't do.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you tell me now, just shoot me a text. I got you.
Okay,
but
bro.
The in-person request.
Yeah, you don't get down
I'm in
like
that zone.
You're already there.
Unless you handed me a shot and we're good. But
you're fiber.
We're gonna hand you a bottle.
You're fiber.
That's like 3 requests at least.
Already, right?
3 requests.
Yeah,
man.
But, Sabados, man, the thing I was blown away, and I'll real talk, man. Again, kind of going back to what we said about, Ritmazo is, I've never seen that.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying it's never happened in the city before.
Right.
I've just never seen it. And there was another dude walking around with you with the microphone, a Hispanic dude.
Oh, IMRM. Ricardo.
Mm-hmm. I ain't met him yet, but I remember him too, and I was like, man, these 2 Hispanic dudes just walking around. Like, who are these dudes? I've never seen these dudes before, you know? Saw you with the mask and this and that, and I was completely like,
taken away.
This is badass because
man.
I mean, we born and raised in Kansas City, bro.
That's
like
us, man.
We've been to every corner of the city. We walked all through here before anything was down here.
Yeah, man.
And to me, it was like, wow, man, like what is this? You know, and particularly post pandemic, right? Like your point, right? I didn't get out, like that, and it was like, man, this is dope, man. What y'all, I saw it right away.
Yeah.
I was like, man, what y'all are doing is dope. And I remember I went to a bar over on the Kansas side, shout out to Nest. Bunch of born and raised Mexicanos over there, Chicanos.
Right.
And Kansas Cityans. And I was telling this dude, I was like, he was like, man, what'd you do today? This and that. And I was like, bro, I was over here at the West Bottoms at this event called Sabados, and he's like, what? And I was telling about you, and I was telling about this other dude, and I was like, bro, these young cats are like doing a whole thing that I ain't never seen.
Yeah.
And for real, like respect on a respect level, bro. Like for real. I just think it's badass, bro, for real.
Yeah. It's funny enough, he is a podcast, he has his own podcast.
Oh, okay.
And that's how he actually, it's funny that you caught it in that time because on the podcast, he had talked about how he had the struggle with being vocal outside of just the pod itself. And I said, if you want to come exercise that, come be a host. Just, I'll give you like
get out your element a little bit.
Yeah, bullet points. You just, shout out our sponsors, talk about these different things. And he did it for a couple of times. And then over time, I've had different hosts that I feel like that have gained a role in hosting. Like the prominent one is like Royal Chief. Okay. Royal Chief has definitely stepped into more of a role of community organization, but also hosting. Yeah. We have another guy who's an entrepreneur here too, who's just as vocal enough to host. Yeah. And then we've had a girl who's in the dance community who, wanted to kind of try it out too. So that's the great thing about Sabados is that no matter what's going on in its respective fields, like anybody could just kind of come in and do their thing, you know what I'm saying?
It's community, bro.
Yeah. Maybe Enterrupt KC can get up in there, boy.
Of course.
It's a matter of time.
Get JL on the mic, man.
Podcasts are there, you know what I'm saying? We had KC Podcasting Company, and I remember before they weren't really on board. They just didn't know what it was. Right. And when they kind of started seeing, they're like, oh, okay, we get it now, Yeah. So some of those podcasts have taken their first leap outside at Sabados. They've never been outside, but we create that space for you. The tent, the tables, the chairs, everything, and then you just bring, your equipment essentially. But yeah, why not? You know what I'm saying? The premise of that is to create almost like another show. So we put seats in front so they could watch it too. But it hasn't tacked on, and I haven't put too much thought into it. But this next year, next 2 years, we're trying to gauge it like that. So every area of artistry is heightened a little bit more. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Birria KC or KC Birria, man. And the fire Birria.
KC Birria,
And you had a number of vendors there, bro. Like, when I see this Menace, bro, like, I'm like, man, this is Kansas City.
Yeah.
Like, honestly,
exactly,
bro.
exactly.
Like, this is Kansas. This is the Kansas City we know.
Yeah.
Like, it's all about connections and community and support. Sir. You know what I'm saying? And, man, I loved it, bro. Like, I loved it. It was amazing, bro. So, respect, man, for you putting that together, thinking through that, man. That's love, man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Yeah.
Keep it going, man. Season 4?
Season 4, man. We're coming back in May and every second Saturday up until October. And I'm hoping to the goal is to expand it into a citywide deal. You know, every second Saturday, the city is celebrating Sabados.
Okay.
And that's even though this is something that just kind of fell into my lap, it was like almost like a calling. Like I said, at this point, it's bigger than me. Yeah. There's no stopping. Now it's just building the team and seeing how we make this like super official funding. Even maybe scholarships down the line, we give that out too. You never know. The possibilities are endless. So I'm just glad I have like the people to support, the people that want to join or that have been impacted in some ways. Just as long as we keep that going, I mean, we're at this point, we're experiencing the city go into this new realm of growth, bro. Like,
man.
There's no more like we are not like there's a lot more transplants coming through, just like myself. But I feel like those transplants understand the city a little bit. Like they've spent some time here, like myself, and have now trying to implement some of those things that we see on the coasts to kind of make and shift and mold what we want the city to be essentially. So I'm here for it.
Bro, Kansas Cityans are doing it too, though. I mean, we talked to Ryan Mabey, Jay Rieger, and he was talking about how a little lounge in New York City influenced him to do some shit that he's doing. I mean, that's what I'm saying, bro. Fire. Like, that's what I mean when I say Kansas City in my mind has always been like a melting pot. It's a melting pot, bro, of food, of art, of music, of name it. It's just a people. 100%. It's languages, everything. So I love that, bro. What do you feel like Menace is like next for you, man? Like you got your hands on a lot of things, bro. You doing brunches, you doing nightclubs, you doing all Sabados, Cinto. I mean, you got a lot going on, bro. What do you feel like is the next phase for Menace?
I really think just being consistent, continuing to be consistent. I feel like people are now just catching on, and especially to what my dad's doing too, and us even seeing us together as well. We're both influencing each other through different generations, and I think that just what I've done alone all is like just climbing its way. I'm not really, whatever pops off is what pops off. Cool. That's where I put the focus on, or stick a team on it or whatever, delegate it properly. But where I'm at right now is there's never been a goal really. I've always just gone with the flow of things. I've always just said, I'm going to trust my gut on this and just do it just because I want to do it. Just because I can, you know what I'm saying? And that's the beauty of being an artist and not being so tied to anything but yourself is like, just having the confidence just to wake up in the morning and have that passion and just want to go out and do something new and have this idea. It's like anybody who works with me, like I'm never just going to give you like, just, I'm going to overflow this shit to where you have a plethora of ideas or things and directions where you want to go and where I think it should fit, an artist direction, whatever. I just feel like we have the opportunity to start thinking outside of the box or thinking like of more and more collaborations or how can we like put two and two things together, or how can we put two people who ain't normally in the same room together and see what that looks like. Just try some shit out. Like it can't hurt us right now. We Kansas City has been here, but it's like we're like just as blank canvas, and these things are just being piled on, and we have the ability to see it happening and then move it around as such and figure out like, okay, what's the next move? So I'm rocking with all of it, you know what I'm saying? From where I'm from to here, bringing new artists over here too. That's been a big thing. I fucking just opened up for Ice Cube 2 months ago too, so that was like a big deal too. I'm going with it, man. I'm going with the flow, bro.
It's dope, bro. It's dope. And the other thing I saw is you did like the Hispanic Chamber event or something like that, the Fresco Marketing or something like that.
Yes.
That's pretty sick,
our
bro.
third year doing that. Me and JC.
Yeah.
Ton of fun, bro.
Yeah.
Those are great guys, and they're looking at us like, how do we take that up a notch? And I'm like, I got some ideas, but it requires just a little bit more bread. Like if you're down for it, but it'll pop off.
Next time, just tell them, y'all ever heard of Enterrupt KC?
Yeah, hell yeah, why not? Why not, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck yeah, man, that'd be dope.
Hey, man, dope, what's your, we already said it many times, man, how busy you are. What's your availability like? Like, you got all that doing, but do you do side gigs? Like, open to like weddings and shit like that?
Nah, I don't do.
You don't do none of that shit.
I hate dealing with the planner and with the bride. I hate all
that bullshit.
I hate it, dude.
Well, okay, and then you got a website?
Yeah. Let's
plug it, bro. Let's plug it.
Like FK Menace Squarespace or something like that.
Okay.
It's hardly used, but you'll see like majority of like the photos on there and like
what's the best way to get a hold of you, bro?
Instagram, it's on there.
What's your
handle?
It'll be FK_Menace, and I usually just tell people, look, type in FK, I'll pop right up. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm
first
right
one
there.
up, bro.
I'm right there, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, everything's active. You know, you'll see. The first row on my Instagram is everything you need to know about me.
Yeah.
That's up to date and just follow everything. I mean, we got the Sabados page, the Sintope page, you know, and you'll find me here as well. If you can recognize me or if I'm even here, you know what I'm saying? It's, you know, I'm in and out and, you know, it's a lot of the side gigs comes down to design work and videography and stuff like that. So, but DJ stuff, you know, I keep it in the small bars or the you know, the venues, the space. I don't like to call them clubs, but like, you know, the venues and spaces that are hosting like, you know, just solid you know, solid events.
Solid crowds, man.
So I feel that, man. I feel that.
Man. I love it, man.
Yeah,
all right.
Appreciate it, bro.
Some fun questions, man, before we transition here to our people, places, and things, bro. So you talked about Ice Cube, bro.
Yeah.
What's a good story, man? Tell us a story about that moment, bro.
Man, that moment was crazy.
Or any moment.
That alone was insane.
You met him, right?
Yeah, so I met him, and what's funny enough is Warren G was supposed to be on the ticket, and he had something else, but they replaced him with Exhibit. And I was like, yo, that's still the same. That's good for me. You know what I'm saying? And then I didn't know that Demrick was going to be with Exhibit, if you're familiar with Demrick. But I grew up during high school, my senior year of high school, I was listening to Demrick's mixtapes.
Okay.
So he was doing Exhibit sound check and testing out his mic or whatever. And I was like, bro, I've been listening to you since high school, bro. Like, I appreciate you, dog. And just a good dude. Exhibit was a solid dude.
Yeah.
Ice Cube, man, that's a whole aura, bro, that you can't touch. Like, you can't. I mean, that was to the last tee. I caught him right outside the door, and I was like, "Look, man, you got room for one more?" He's like, "Come on, man, it's gonna have to be a selfie." And I took a selfie real quick. I had all these things to say.
Nothing.
I just couldn't believe it. I was like, it's fucking Ice Cube right here. What? Holy shit, you know. So we took the photo, and then I was like, you know, just legitimately starstruck. But when my boys came with me and went back to the Airbnb, had some tequila, and just kicked it and stuff.
Yeah.
All these
fans,
people
man. Some fans.
I think I know them. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they all waving.
So that's dope, bro. Like Ice Cube's a legend, bro. He's straight legend, bro.
And I definitely want to give a shout outs to my boy Steady P and Mickey from Mammoth. Those two guys came together and really put that together. And got me on there. And so I really appreciate those guys for just looking out and, you know, respecting and loving the craft and the mask itself, man. Much love to those guys, man.
What I mean, we talked about wrestling quite a bit, bro. Of course. Who was the favorite wrestler growing up?
Oh man, dude. Ultimo Dragon.
Ultimo Dragon?
Yeah, that's my guy. I loved his his flavor, bro.
I see my son over here shaking his head. He's big time in wrestling, bro.
Man. The moves, the headpiece, the shoulder piece, the whole night. Rey Mysterio,
he had those extravagant masks too.
Yeah, bro. Because he was a Japanese wrestler. Yeah, and so he had like he just had
dragon deal. Dragon head.
I just thought it was so fucking cool. Bro. And then it was dope because him and Ray would wrestle, and it was just like instant. I mean, any one of those luchadores. Just the luchadores presented in WCW, you look at the crowd, and the crowd is just like, you know, like what the fuck is going on? But this is it's so fluid, it's so like acrobatic, the athleticism, everything in it, it's just so flawless. And I feel like when I would see those two wrestle, besides Eddie and Ray during Halloween Havoc, when I would see those two wrestle, man, it was just so like. Man, that's dope. Fucking badass, man. But dope. Ultimo Dragon, that's my guy right there.
Who would you say is the most overrated wrestler?
Oh, man.
Oh, shit.
Fuck, man. Overrated? I don't know if I could. Yeah, I don't know.
It's all good. You don't gotta have an answer.
I don't think I could.
Well, I mean, that's a hard one there because regardless of any wrestler, man, they're fucking at it, man.
I mean, I'm not saying that, bro. I'm just. I don't know. I don't know what your thoughts are.
No, I mean it's valid. I mean, there's some that just don't really hit like that. They're very short-lived careers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it just, did all right. But yeah. Most of them had some moments. You know what I'm saying? So.
Favorite wrestling move?
Oh, frog splash.
Frog splash?
Eddie Guerrero, yeah.
Okay.
Frog splash, Eddie Guerrero. I don't know.
R.I.P., man.
R.I.P. Yesterday was his anniversary.
Man, how long?
Passing. Yeah, I think he
20 years. It's pushing. It's been a while.
Almost.
Yeah.
Fun. Crazy enough, my dad and my uncle got to wrestle him in Corpus about 2 or 3 months before he'd passed.
No way.
Yeah, dude. I was so bummed. I was middle school. I didn't get a chance to go with them, but yeah, they it was like kind of like a sparring kind of deal, but very local,
bro.
But yeah, they would just met him and wrestled him, and it was good.
Yeah.
But my dad has met and my uncle has worked with Chavo Guerrero Sr. And so those guys, and then Blue Demon Jr. and like Liz Mark Jr., they've met those cats, all the older cats and stuff like that. So
isn't it crazy though, bro? Like, I mean, there's that. I mean, just the life that those dudes live.
Oh, bro.
I mean, man, it's like they're in physical pain 24 hours a day.
Oh, bro. I mean, the hurt, man, all the injuries, bro.
Oh, bro,
it's real.
We've watched my dad and my uncle get concussions like
that's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah.
Like you've seen it.
I mean, yeah, I always tell this story, man, because I think it's just the cutest and funniest story ever. But at the time it was me and my sister, and we're front row, and we're out in West Side San Antonio, real gritty. And it was this nightclub that they had turned into the Lucha Libre arena, basically, and a couple pool tables, good crowd and shit. But the most craziest shit always popped off there for some reason, and it was the most put together, And I was like, okay, let's go, because something's gonna pop off, right?
Yeah.
Well, my dad gets thrown out the ring and he hits his head and he has that double tap, you know what I'm saying, where he heard it, but it was right in front of us. And I was like, oh, fuck, dude, and like my dad always used to say, or, in one of the videos that we released, that he said that, we really hated when he got hurt, because we were like, fuck, we didn't know, what I'm saying?
Right.
But there was this one time he fell, hit his head, and my sister runs up to him while he's on the floor. He said, "Dad, can we get McDonald's after this?" and he's like, he's there, and he's in pain, but he's trying not to laugh. He's like, "Go sit down." Like,
God damn.
Yeah, like, damn, that's the ultimate kid move, bro. That's the ultimate kid move, bro.
Yeah, you got McDonald's too, though, right, bro?
I'm sure sis still hears about that.
Oh yeah, bro.
Man.
Come on.
What's your sister's name, man?
Desiree. Yeah,
Desiree. Shout out Desiree at McDonald's, man.
Yes, Desiree. She had my nephew Ruby, and he's kind of adopted the mask. Yeah, this is.
Oh, you got a picture of him?
Yeah, look. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick.
Damn, man.
Yeah, no,
that's great, man.
He's trying to decipher right now.
Yeah.
Who's who? Who's my dad and who's me? So when he tries to, that's him with the mask on.
Yeah, man.
It's dope.
Yeah, but he's his name's Ruby, so he'll be 3 next week.
Yeah,
but yeah, he's
next generation, man.
Oh, dude, that's right.
Bro.
My dad has said it. Like, it's kind of crazy because he can go either route. He can be a DJ, he can be a luchador, But they say when he gets to my dad's crib, he'll run to his wrestling bag and pull out the mask, and he'll put it on and walk around with it and everything. So
that's dope,
he's becoming more aware of it.
Yeah, I love it, man.
All right, most requested song you do get.
I don't think there is one.
No?
Nah.
What about, do you got an all-time favorite that you play almost, or that you incorporate somewhere?
Yeah.
What's up?
Oh, man. It's like this rendition of Mesa Camisa Plata. That one. Yeah, but it's like a trap version.
Yeah.
And this shit just hits.
Who's the...
It's like Climax Kid or something like that. It's like, I forgot who it is or where I got it from, but if you look at my Serato, it's like played like 50, 60 times. Yeah, it just hits. It can either start the party or it could elevate it from like a midpoint
to get it going.
Bro, like, I love that rendition so much. And then there's the secondary one is a house version of El Rey, because it starts off like the house beat.
Okay.
And then it does like this little grito, but then it goes into the regular song.
Yeah.
And then it takes off that. But
then
it escalates, and then it drops the house beat, and it goes in. Yeah.
That's sick.
The trumpets and everything. Yeah,
bro.
Are those like on Spotify or something?
Those are like cuts that I found from somewhere.
Downloaded
just in the
something.
stash. Yeah. But that one I think is by like something somebody Carpenter or whatever. They're just like cuts I found years back that have always been in my shit, and I just like those are like the
go-tos, man.
The go-tos, the emergency pools. Because sometimes I be knowing like
when you read in that crowd, bro, when you seeing it, you see them. Oh, you already know what they're gonna get.
I need to like tighten it up a bit and just regroup. I'm just like, all right, play this bitch and then go off from there.
What's the song, bro, that you know you gotta play usually, but you're like, I hate this song?
Oh man,
you got one?
No, I don't think so.
No?
I don't think I have
one. Or
one.
just like one that you would say, man, I don't really like this song. I mean, you don't hate it.
No, because everything I play is...
You like it.
Yeah, but it's for me, but it's like with the people in mind. It's like, but then there's also reading the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, what would hit? You know, like if I have a group of like Latinos, but like a bunch of like white people in the room, I have like a Panic at the Disco cumbia. So like it feeds both. Like they're singing the lyrics, but then it's also cumbia, so they're also dancing to it. Yeah. Like it's like cuts like that I wouldn't play the original version, but if I found a cumbia version to it or something else to it, then it makes it okay to play in a way, because I just maybe haven't mixed it. I haven't learned how to mix maybe that style of song or whatever the case might.
If you had to rank like some of the legend mariachis, how would you rank them? You got Vicente Fernandez, right? Yeah. You got Pepe Aguilar. You got Pedro Infante. I mean, you got some great ones, bro. How would you rank those dudes?
I mean, he's up top. You know what I'm saying? Vicente's at top.
Yeah.
You know, Pedro. Man, probably second, just because that was something my grandma was listening to, you know, through time, and then you know, Pepe at the end too, at third, you know.
Yeah.
But then I gotta give a shout out to like some of those mariachis that carried me through my childhood too, and these are neighborhood cats. You know what I'm saying?
Who are they?
So there was a group called Las Antenas, and they're from San Antonio, but they actually is crazy enough, bro. They made it up here. For some show. I
heard of them.
Yeah, like they were at the Folk Alliance Theater.
Okay.
So they came through, and I saw the name, and I was like, I texted my family. I said, "Is these the same Antenas that used to play in the restaurant on the South Side?" And they're like, "No, that's them." And I was like, "Holy shit!"
Damn.
Because my grandmother, when we'd go out on Sundays, it's the same ritual. We'd hit the pulga, we'd get some food, church in the morning, whatever, some tacos, and then they would end it off with a lot of the garage sales in the neighborhood, and then it was Taqueria Mexico on the south side. It was this one specific one, but they were always there, and she would get up and she would sing with them. So when I saw them years later, probably like a year or two ago, I met them, and I was like, dude, this is insane.
It's your childhood
like,
all over
shit.
again.
And so I showed them a picture, and they had 2 or 3 of the original members, and they're like, we remember her. We remember her. So there's a photo of me with all of them, and I have a picture of her and everything. And
that's sick, bro.
And then the other ones are my grandfather's mariachis. He would go to a couple different spots, and they would be there, and he would just tip them fat. But he would, until his meal was done, he'd keep tipping them.
Keep going.
Go ahead, keep going, and then just load them up. And then they played at his funeral when he passed away. Those are his mariachis. So I put those are the.
I will say, man, like that's one thing I love about San Antonio is you go down there like mi tierra, and you just like, you know, I'm gonna eat some whatever, right? Menudo pozole, whatever you want to eat, a plate. I'm gonna drink a beer, and I'm gonna keep these mariachis here,
right there,
and it's $10 a song. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I love that vibe, bro.
Want to hear it, bro? I want to hear it.
I love the vibe, bro. I love it. Thanks for doing that, bro. Go ahead.
I was sorry. I was just texting my wife, telling her we're going out tomorrow night.
Let's go.
Come on, man.
Let's do it.
Yeah, man.
Like I said, Biggie, Juicy. You see me walk in the door, yo.
Hey,
Biggie.
I got you.
Any gente is good with me, man.
Okay.
Nah, it's real talk, bro. I'll dance to whatever you got.
Perfect.
Yeah,
man, we gonna mix it in there, though. I got you now. I got you, yes, sir.
All
right, bro. Enterrupt KC, man. It's people, places, and things, bro. That's what we're about, beautiful, man. So what we do, Menace, is we do a versus, okay? So we're going to give you 2 things, this versus that. You got to pick one, and kind of give us a reason why. Okay. So I'm gonna let D-Rod jump us off, man.
All right, man. I don't know, man. I was kind of thinking about this, man. I'm gonna do a little bit different.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna do some restaurants, man. I like restaurants, man.
Okay.
Right. All right. Because San Antonio, man, we'll do San Antonio Taqueria versus Taqueria Mexico.
Oh, San Antonio's.
San Antonio?
Yeah, the one on the Kansas side, though.
Right there on Kansas Avenue.
Kansas Avenue, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Yep.
What you getting there, bro?
My tacos order is the same always.
Carne asada?
No, four tacos de pastor.
Pastor.
Yeah. It's funny because in San Antonio, it would be that, but for breakfast, it'd be carne guisada.
Oh, guisada, yeah.
Guisada, yeah. That's something they don't.
I thought you would say barbacoa because
no, barbacoa as well, but guisada with the cheese. Yeah. Say less, bro. But yeah, 4 tacos de pastor.
Do you like Pueblitos Pastor? Have you had it?
Look, I just don't like Pueblito in general, bro.
Okay,
and if I'm sorry, but the pastor, every time I've had it, I've thrown up.
Really?
I've thrown up.
At Pueblito?
Yeah.
I don't.
That's just.
I ain't in there in years, bro.
And I doubt it's like there's nights where drinks whatever, but usually food could soak it. I'm not a heavy drinker like that, but I know at home. It just happened.
It didn't mix right.
It just didn't mix.
I got you, bro. It's all good. It's all good.
But I will say, and a special shout out because through everything that I've done so far, I've taken Tacos Rubies with me. And Tacos Rubies is a solid truck, and they've showed up at any show that I give them. They're good. They're a small little family. Fire tacos.
Shout out Tacos Rubies.
They used to be in Argentina.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
They got a little food truck, right?
Yeah, they have a food truck. They were like a little stand. And I feel like as much as we've been doing and as much as they've been doing outside of that, they've finally managed to get their truck.
Got some
and
growth,
now they're like, now they're just everywhere. And now all my people just, where's Tacos Rubies at?
Where they at? Would they post up at anywhere? They just go wherever?
I think they had a shop.
Yeah, they had. They were
just
in
a truck now. But they will be tomorrow at Cinto
at the ship.
You been to Pepe's Carnitas in Argentina?
No,
bro.
Yeah, you know what? Somebody just told me about.
Bro, it's a line.
Okay,
like it's a hidden gem. People, because you got San Antonio's, you got all these well-known places, right?
Yeah.
Off of these big streets. But Argentina has the best carnitas, and it's Pepe's.
Really?
Oh man, it is fire.
Bet. All right,
go ahead, D-Rod. Keep going.
Oh, keep going? Okay. Let's do, I think I know this one, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Los Alamos versus El Camino Real.
Oh, Los Alamos, yeah.
Los Alamos, bro.
Camino Real I've had a few times, but I wasn't completely sold.
Yeah.
But Alamos I've had a few more times, and it feels like home.
Yeah,
it feels like home.
Yeah. Los Alamos is fire. I went to El Camino Real last night, actually.
Oh yeah.
Did you?
And I go there because I love their gorditas.
Oh, okay.
They got fire gorditas, man.
Okay.
I mean, they're just good, bro. And it's the the pocket, it's the masa, it's all that, bro. Like I love that tortilla.
Badass, bro.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, love it.
Go ahead.
Keep on? Okay. Palacana versus Rutopia.
Oh, Palacana.
Okay.
Yeah, all day. All that. Shout outs to Jen.
Yeah.
Jen, I've done a couple Made Mob shoots with her and got to know her and some of the fam and stuff. So they're good people.
Good family, bro.
Yeah,
good family.
Yeah.
Good family. Yeah.
All right, let me do one.
Go ahead.
Let's do a place, man. Let's do a place.
Cool.
Let's do. You said Town Topic earlier. Let's do Town Topic versus Westport Flea Market.
That's a tough one. I love going to Westport Flea Market when Stranded in the City is playing.
Hey.
Because there's nothing like hearing them and eating the burger. It's a combo.
Yeah.
But I love,
Shout out Antonio.
Yeah. Antonio, that's my boy,
Yeah.
took them to San Antonio too.
Yeah.
And they played like 3 or 4 shows and we had a blast.
Lil Andre, right? Is his brother.
Yeah. And let me see. And then Town Topic, I've spent many nights there, bro. I've seen tons of shit there. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Late night, man.
It's
late
down
night,
the street.
bro.
You know what I'm saying? I've seen some shit there, and I've
we might go
sampled
there
some
after
shit there.
this, man.
Right. But man, that's a tough one, and I don't think I can pick on that one.
Yeah.
I can't pick on that one
They're
because
both good, bro.
they're both pretty.
Nothing
fire,
beats the 2-for-1 Westport Flea Market,
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Like that's like on a Tuesday,
That's
I think.
fire,
Bro,
yeah.
it's fire.
I think it's okay. I will say price wise, yeah, flea markets got them because they've brought up their prices a
bro.
bit.
Yeah, and I mean they always send me coupons, man. If I want to get one free, right? I mean,
where do you get the coupons from?
I get it in the mail, bro.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
on the mailing
I got
list.
some. I'll give it to you, bro.
On the mailing list,
Okay,
bro.
hell yeah,
man.
Let's go.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, man. All right, well, come on, man. Kansas City barbecue, man.
Oh yeah,
Kansas City barbecue. All right, so let's go with Q39 versus Jack Stack barbecue.
Neither.
Which one's yours?
Slaps, baby.
Slaps, KC.
Slaps all day.
K over on Central.
Day. Yeah.
Making me proud.
Yeah. Slaps all day.
KCK, man.
I take everybody there.
Really?
All the other spots are cool. I've tried them all.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't know. It's something about seeing the smokers out there. And then, like, you know, me and my pops, we smoke pork butts and done briskets and all types of shit. Yeah, that one, I just feel like it just has that flavor.
I remember they first opened up.
Oh, yeah.
And seeing the expansion that they are now.
Yeah.
Oh, bro,
Yeah,
it's
bro.
great. They doing it.
It's good to see.
Shout out Slaps, man.
It's
Shout
good
out.
to see, man. Yeah.
Shout out Slaps.
All right.
Slaps, baby.
The Peanut versus Tanner's.
Peanut, baby. Peanut, that's my spot, bro. And that's another spot that all the homies that when they come from San Antonio or if they want to try the wings, we go to the Peanut.
Yeah.
Downtown or
I'm right there on 9th Street, so
Okay.
I'm walk away.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I just get right there. But shout out to my homie Santi. He be hooking it up all the time, bro. Just,
Let's go.
hooking up with some wings and shit.
That's what's up, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna do a place, man. Right?
Cool.
People place things, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a place. Let's do Grinders versus Knuckleheads.
Oh shit.
Venue wise,
I don't
right?
think I don't. Well, I would probably have to say that's a tough one too. So the only thing I don't like about Grinders is the standing. It's on that incline and it's on wood.
Yeah.
I hate like that's just so inconvenient. You know what I'm saying? But I've had some minimal shows there and it's been cool. You know, and Knuckle, I don't spend much time there.
Yeah.
But the time I have spent there was either with Stranded and making movies, and then a couple other shows, and it's always been a great time. So I can't rate those. Those are equally like you know.
They right there. Equal.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Right on.
Both good times though.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, here's my last one, man. Let's do West Bottoms versus the Crossroads.
Man, a lot of my start's been in the Crossroads, but lately it's been the West Bottoms. Yeah, just by everything that's going down and like the culture there, or like the scenes that are popping up. You know, shout out to in the Lowest Ferns. That's been a spot that I love and enjoy playing at more in the recent times. But yeah, fuck. I gotta say Crossroads, man. Yeah, Crossroads. I spend a lot of time over there. Yeah, just through and through, like just different cats throwing different little baby shows, and then working at Record Bar and like yeah.
I feel
been
that,
over there,
man. West Bottoms, bro, in 20 years, it's night and day.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
I mean, probably
I've already
in
seen
10 years.
Have you seen the structure behind the ship and what they're putting?
Oh yeah,
It's like a whole fucking park and apartment and hotel and the whole thing. I mean, it's like it's gonna be
changing,
crazy.
bro.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope.
Gonna be crazy.
Bigger vibe down there.
Yeah, bro.
All right, man. I'm you know, bro, you're born Cali, right? San Antonio, and now you're KC. We're talking about food. I'm gonna go through some food choices,
okay.
man. All right, I'm gonna do some food, man.
Okay.
Just pick which one's your favorite, bro. Okay.
Bet.
Menudo versus pozole.
Pozole.
Okay. Cool.
Green.
Green, the green one.
Green one.
Okay, verde, yeah.
All right. What about churros versus flan?
Churros.
Albóndigas versus caldo de mariscos.
Albóndigas.
Mole de pollo, arroz con pollo.
Arroz con pollo.
Enchiladas versus tostadas de tinga. Come on, man.
I'll go enchiladas.
Enchiladas? Which kind you getting? bro?
Green.
The green? The chicken?
Pollo and
Yeah, the brother?
Yep.
All right, what about margarita versus michelada?
Michelada. Yeah, all day. I don't know why
day?
I thought about that. No, a michelada. Yeah, all day. Yeah.
Well,
You San Antonio, bro.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I'm so dead.
You better not say margarita, bro.
No, yeah,
bro.
michelada all day.
All right, the last one, man, is right here, man. Tequila versus mezcal.
Oh man, tequila.
Yeah. Man,
but I will say, Lemos Jr. released a mezcal for us.
Oh really?
And, yeah, it came out like a while back. I've yet to tell him this, but I want to redesign it because I thought the design, the mezcal was
fire.
Going, bro. It was crazy.
Yeah.
He had a little salt and another what is it? The crickets. It's like
the cicadas.
Is it cicadas? It's like fine powder.
Yeah.
Oh, he had like the duo come with it with the mezcal.
Okay.
And it had this piece of the mask, but it had like this other flavor, this other flair on it, and it was tight. Sick, it was a good mezcal, but I want to redesign it and like give it like that.
So so he sells that? He's just
not anywhere distributed. I think it's just something locally in Mexico. You know, just like he sent my dad a bottle, and my dad's like, kind of dipped and dabbed into
that'll
it. But
be dope as fuck to get, man.
No, I would love to just like work with him on it and see if we could like really put some ends to it. Maybe do a salsa on there and put a whole package together. I think that'd be fucking hard.
Hey man, JL asked you what's next for you, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
There you go, bro.
There you go, man.
Shit like that,
man. Yeah.
Now our biggest thing is like it's me, but you know, just so locked into everything. But we need to get together the whole family and do the photo or even the documentary or
that would
something.
Be sick,
something.
That's
be sick.
long awaited.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that they're like, hey, fuck yeah, just as long as you're taking care of the shit, you're good. You keep doing it and we love it. So we just need to get together and shoot the shit. So.
Menace, what's your favorite word in Spanish, bro?
Favorite word in Spanish. What do I say all the time? God damn, what am I remembering? I'm blanking right now.
Chingon, probably.
Probably Chingon, yeah. Rudo,
yeah, man. There you go.
Let's go.
Rudo, yeah. Rudo. But there's something else that I'm just blanking on right now. But
It's all good,
bro.
We'll stick with Rudo.
Well, one last salute to you, Menace,
yes, sir.
bro. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man.
Is there anything, bro? Let's do this drink real quick. Before we cut out of here, bro, is there anything you want to say? We didn't hit on, ask you about anything you want to express, bro?
Man, I really think I hit on everything, but you know, if I had some words for some people out there, or you know, anybody just looking to do something, just do it, man. We have so many resources and so many open areas of creativity, or so many groups willing to work with more open minds. And you know, your podcast is running for a year now, and this is dope because you said it yourself. It's like we didn't know shit, so we learned, we used our resources, and we got it going. And that's like that's the truest form of passion. Is like you're gonna figure it out. So take that leap, go figure it out, and just don't stop. Like
move forward,
wake up every day and do that shit. Move forward and just get it done. You know, and reach out to people. You know what I'm saying? Like reach out to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a busy dude, but if I feel like it's valuable enough to that you're putting your ends in it, you know what I'm saying? And I see you and I'm observing, I'll help you out. You know what I'm saying?
Up,
whatever
bro.
it is that you need, I got you.
That's what's up, bro.
So no
Love
doubt.
it, man.
Listen, Menace, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate
Thank you for
guys.
being you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Keep putting in that work, man. Keep rocking the mask. Keep representing the culture.
Thank you,
Keep
brother.
representing the city, bro. And
Appreciate
these
it,
events, man, whatever's next, man. We look forward to just, man, watching you work, bro, and keeping the community. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Like we don't want KC to be a drama city. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is about community
Party,
here.
man.
You know?
Yeah,
that's what Enterrupt KC is about.
100%.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, bro. So, man, with that, D-Rod, this is Enterrupt KC, JL.
D-Rod, hold on, man. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
You got the one question?
You know what? I'm so glad that you stopped me because I almost forgot.
We got one more thing for you, man.
I did almost forget. I'm gonna edit the shit out of this video.
Nah, you don't need to, man. You don't need to.
Tell us you're from KC without telling us you're from KC.
Oh shit. Man, what would that even be? Fuck.
Only you got to be in Kansas City to even understand it, bro.
Made mom.
Let's go.
That's all I can say right now.
Made mom,
man. Made mom, baby. Made mom
Let's go.
Represent, baby. To
Made
the
mom.
fullest.
Shout
To
out.
the fullest. It's my family, is community. If you need a place to go to start somewhere, to dip your toes into something, to get some help, some influence, something, just come here, bro. Come here. The shop is always open. for anybody trying to do something. It may not jump right off the gun, but just keep showing up. Show up to our First Fridays. Tap in with me. Tap in with some of the crew.
Yeah.
Like, this is a hub that you'll find a little bit of everything. And I feel like once you hear and you meet people and you get involved, I've seen a ton of people just sprout out and get to where we're going. But I just say, like, for local wear, for the culture, for fashion, for everything, like we are on the rise for so many different things, so many collaborations, with the Quick Trip, with United Way, Worlds of Fun, like tons of shit.
Yeah,
so
man.
like,
that's one of those, if you know, you know. Come on, let's get it, man.
Yes, come through, man. Like,
it's enough for everybody, brother.
100%.
I can't wait till we get them on the show, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Honestly,
please do.
Man,
Yeah,
I really can't wait.
Yeah, Mark, Jesse, Boo, all those cats.
I've read about some of their story, bro, and I think it's incredible. It's a story they should share.
Oh, definitely.
On a pod. But
definitely.
Hey, appreciate you, man. We're gonna get out of here.
Thank you for your time, bro.
Thank
you for your time, man.
Thank you, guys.
Enterrupt KC, man. JL.
D-Rod right here, man.
Menace. Let's go. We out of here, man. Peace, like, follow, share, subscribe. We out.
Peace, guys.
Bye.
Yeah, man.